John Reed, Cody McClure, Bubba, Bad News, Bubba. Hope you had a great weekend. You look great, Cody. Happy to see you. How are you?
I look great.
You look great.
I don't know about that.
You look fantastically well.
It's good to be here. It's good to be anywhere. Good morning to everyone listening. Hello to the freaks and everybody. It was a good weekend. I've discovered a new guy. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy. Maybe you have. Maybe I'm late to the party. But I've discovered the greatest athlete in the world, actually.
Oh, wow.
Are you familiar with Alex Honnold?
Alex Honnold?
Honnold?
No.
Honnold?
I know Aaron Donald.
Bubba, have you ever heard the name Alex Honnold?
This sounds like a made-up guy.
This guy has achieved, in my mind, the greatest feat athletically / just in, we'll just say athletically in human history.
83 hot dogs in 10 minutes?
Nope. He scaled the face of Yosemite, the rock face, without a rope.
Is this the freak? Is this the guy that climbed the building on
Yes.
Netflix?
Yeah, he just did the Netflix thing recently too. I've been obsessed with ever since I saw this.
I want to say he was on the. I want to say he recently just climbed the Vegas Spear randomly too a couple of weeks ago.
Well, I don't know about that, but the Yosemite thing just absolutely blew me away. Like I've never seen anything like that in my life. I mean, the guy's up there with no rope. And he's 2,500 feet in the air. I mean, it's a 3,000 foot rock face. One tiny slip of the hand and you're dead.
That's the same thing you do with the building, right? You
Yeah.
didn't have any.
Yeah, same thing with the building, which, but I mean, both very impressive. I mean, the Yosemite thing, though, to me is the most impressive. But they did this documentary on him in 2018 called Free Solo. And I got to say, I think it might be the best thing I've ever watched. I've been obsessed since I watched it. And maybe I'm late to the party on this, but if you haven't seen the Free Solo documentary, it's it'll make my hands were sweating. I was sitting there watching it. Like it'll make your stomach turn. Even though he makes it, it's still it's so crazy. It's enthralling.
Is this something we should be supporting? Doing
I
very
don't know.
unsafe things without proper safety gear?
I mean, I don't know if you support it or don't support it. I'm just impressed by it, It's like, it's pretty stupid, I would think, but I don't know. I mean, the guy's just got a ridiculous adrenaline rush, I guess, or a death wish. I don't know. Crazy. I wouldn't dare go up there with a rope.
I don't know if they make rope strong enough.
Yeah, they make rope strong enough. I wouldn't be strong enough, though. I mean, you got to have you got to be a physical freak.
Yeah.
To do that.
And just have amazing grip strength. That's the thing that amazes me about those guys when they're dangling off of things, just their hands. I don't feel like my hands work that way.
You'd also, you gotta think how hard it would be to do that while also carrying around 50-pound balls, I would be crying. I would be in tears by the time I got I
need my mommy.
Let's just say theoretically I could climb like that. I would be in tears 200 feet up.
I think he's just a testament for preparation, man.
He did. I mean, they talk about that in the documentary. He did prepare.
Yeah, I think he doesn't get nervous because he knows what the hell he's doing and he does it all the time.
Well, and
I think there's something cool about that, just where he's unbothered about other stuff we'd all be bothered by because he just practices it nonstop.
Well, and he had climbed El Capitan like 50 times before that with a rope, so he knew every groove, they talk about the preparation. He knew the route he was going to take to do it, but still to do that with no rope is just insane. But I just wanted to mention that documentary. If you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. You'll be sweating.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could sit through and watch all of it. I had some friends watch the Netflix, where he's doing the free climb live, and you didn't know whether or not he was going to die. And they were bothered by it and just said they felt uneasy watching it for the most of the time. So I never went and put it on after that.
You do feel uneasy because you see a man who could die at any moment. And like a lot of those guys who do what he does have died. Like that's just that's how you go, comes with the territory. But I was impressed.
Bubba, did you have a good weekend?
It was all right.
Yeah. Anything noteworthy you want to share? No? Okay.
Not too much happened. Just,
Did you rest at least?
No.
No? Okay.
It wasn't that kind of weekend. Friday, breaking my back for the working man.
Sure.
Friday night, breaking my back for the working man. For the kids.
For the kids.
Saturday work, and then got 9 holes in, but then it started to really cry out of the skies, so I couldn't play all 18.
They said, how is Bubba so good at golf? They were crying tears of joy. What a beautiful shot he just hit.
Oh, they weren't crying for joy, let me tell you.
This guy works on a golf course, and he can't hit the ball straight. What the hell?
Some things work, some things don't.
Sure.
And then I got to mow yesterday, so.
All right.
You got to mow. Not you had to mow. Got to mow.
I got to mow.
That's great.
Anything interesting from the kids on Friday? You get yelled at by anybody? Anybody heckle you? Hey, Four Eyes, you need another pair of glasses because you still can't see.
No,
well, now someone's heckling him.
I'm trying to avoid this certain team that is known for causing situations. And it, poorly reflects on me because it's like I get it, they're kids, but also they're a product of their clubhouse manager, aka their coach, and their parents that enable them to act in certain situations. And again, I know it's wrong to think differently, about these kids and the way they act. And
you hate these kids. This one team.
You shouldn't get on the you shouldn't get on the air and admit this.
Tell everyone how much you hate these particular children.
They might know who you are, Bubba, or they might just be randomly listening and be like, "I knew this umpire was being
and they need to hear this. They need to hear this.
Bubba, you need to keep it to yourself, but they probably do need to hear it if you're going to feel this way. You can't take it on the kids.
No, I try to do my best to be as unbiased as possible.
I don't think I believe you.
And Bubba's one of the great
And then I talk smack about them in between innings to my fellow umpire.
You shouldn't talk mean about these kids. They're kids.
Bubba's one of the great youth umps of our time. He's respected in his field. And these kids need to get it together.
I don't feel like that's true. I don't think Bubba is respected in the field. He's only been doing it for 2 weeks. He don't know what the hell he's doing.
They need to cut it out with their antics, right, Bubba? I mean, what is it they're doing? All this dancing around, all this just clowning around out there? What is it that makes this particular set of kids on this team so bad? What is it that's so bad?
There's a kid that's very particular about like rules for thee, but not for me. And it's just like situation based, like. If they're up,
does Dad drive a Range Rover?
Don't know what he drives, don't care. But they're up like 15-1. They're going to run roll them, right? We're going to have to end up calling the game after, 4.5 innings, whatever, call it early. But then the kid becomes such a stickler about every small detail. But then it's like, he looks like a travel ball kid, and which take that, as an insult. Like, why are you wearing a sliding mitt when you can't slide head first? Like, he just looks like the ultimate creative player. He points out every small little detail, like, oh, they have 3 coaches out of the dugout. Oh, there's 2 kids out of the dugout. Call something, ref. Like, that's interference. And it's like, the kid made an attempt to back out of the way, man. Like,
now, have you tried threatening this kid?
No, I can't do that. He's a kid.
Right. And that's the right answer.
But then, situationally, we try to be a fair environment there. Because there's league rules where kids have to play in the field for at least 2 innings. out of the allotted time. And then again, they're already up by so much time. They've never done this before ever. So then they start taking the ball and they just start throwing it around the infield and the outfield after strikeouts. Like, and I get it. There's nothing really in the rulebook saying, "Hey, get the ball in," but also it's like, I get he's killing time, but
Have a little respect for
there's
the
no
game.
reason to. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like just a bunch of knuckleheads out there that they need to really be put in their place. And I'm glad you're doing it. I'm glad somebody's stopping this.
No, there's no bias going on here. I just recognize what I think about them, and I tell my other, fellow compadres.
And they agree with you.
Some of them do, yeah.
Yeah. That's always good when you complain to someone about something and then they agree with you.
Well,
that means they're seeing it too.
This coach has already been known to have already taken photos and videos of certain things and already emailed it to everybody asking for clarification. He's been the only one to do this thus far. So
probably because he's got a crooked ump out to get his boys.
Yeah. The only undefeated team out there's got a crooked ump.
He's got a crooked ump that wants to see his boys fail.
I hope they do fail.
See? You should admit
the bias is, that should be a lesson to everyone.
Again, that's not going to affect my cause. It only affects what I think about them, not the integrity of the game.
I feel like if the pitch is on the borderline of the strike, if it's a 50-50 call, I think I know which 50 you're going to pick.
You don't.
Whichever one.
That's the beauty of it.
Whichever one's going to hurt them. That's sad. Bang, bang, play. I know which side is going. As someone who I feel like my kickball team was getting cheated the same way, Bubba. This is really just digging into some old scars.
It's impossible to eliminate bias. What'd you do this weekend?
I went to a funeral on Friday.
Okay.
I carried a casket Saturday morning. I watched my team get their ass beat in person.
Uh-huh.
There was a hole in my soul.
Did you get any wings?
No, I ate some chicken fingers at the bar after the game.
After all the other stuff he mentioned, that actually would be a pretty nice. Hey, got some chicken wings.
No, I ate some chicken fingers at the bar after the game.
I had some chicken wings the other day.
Saw Cam Black.
Yeah,
he was at the game.
What a guy.
Saw him.
What a guy. How's he doing?
He was pretty sad too. Our team just lost.
Yeah. You saw him after the game?
I saw him before and after, actually.
Oh. Did you guys go to the bar? Did you drink at the bar?
Yep.
That sounds fun.
The pregame was pretty fun. Postgame, not so much.
Yeah, I know it's tough.
I had to put my buddy on my shoulders and carry him into the house after the Uber. It was a rough end on Saturday night.
Did he weigh a lot?
No, he's a little man.
That's good.
Big dog was able to just throw him up on his shoulders. It was fine.
Yeah, it's like
put him to bed.
It's like a sack of old Roy.
Yeah, it was all right. So weekend, not so good. I give it a 3 out of 10.
Not the best.
Always good to see my buddy, and I enjoy road tripping with my lady, but 3 out of 10. Funerals make me sad. My uncle died.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, that is sad.
Yeah. Then they're like, hey, we need the young guys to carry the casket. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. And that was sad, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never good, man.
Yeah. It's all right. It's Monday. We'll have us a good Monday. Then I bet on the Lakers last night, and they got their ass kicked, so that wasn't very good either. I kind of thought the Rockets were going to quit. They didn't quit.
Yeah.
They showed a little pride. Good for them.
I had the Rockets.
Oh, good. Good for you.
Well, my logic was just that here's how my logic went. I can bet on the Lakers or the Rockets, and had a spark in my brain that says, surely the Rockets won't get swept by the Lakers.
Well, that's good.
And that's the only thought I had.
You had the right mentality. I was the opposite. I was like, man, I feel like all the Kevin Durant drama and the way the coach yelled at all the players after the game 3 when they blew that one, I said that had to be pretty demoralizing. So I think they're going to kind of lay down and quit. And I feel like LeBron is going to want to just go ahead and get this sweep. But nope. I also thought Austin Reeves was going to play. and then he was the late scratch. But oh well, what are you going to do?
I said, surely the Rockets will get one, and they did.
We'll see if the Lakers can complete the gentleman's sweep, or if the Rockets can make them sweat a little bit.
Yeah.
It'd be scary to be it would be good, but it'd be a little scary to be up 3-0. Because then history is staring at you because no team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in basketball.
You wouldn't want to be the first one.
Especially because they get, very, very rarely does the team on the road go up 3-0. So now you start doing, actually they weren't on the road. The Lakers are the higher seed. Scratch that. But the Rockets maybe get Durant back. They figure some stuff out. This Lakers team is kind of held together by Scotch tape as it is. They mess around, let them get game 5, then you start sweating. And if you're LeBron, that'd be the ultimate blemish on your resume.
Wait till they get AR-15 back.
We'll see if he's able to get back.
I don't know if that's an appropriate nickname on a day like today, coming off the weekend. But
I don't know how much he leans into it anymore. I think they just go with AR now. Yeah. Huh? Leave your politics to the side, Bubba. Leave your politics at home.
Sam's not here.
No, I forgot to tell you, Sam. I
just noticed.
He told me last week he had to miss Monday, and I completely forgot. I was like, I'll handle that over the weekend and see if we can get a 4th person in here. And then I came in this morning, and I was getting everything ready. Bubba came in, and I was like, oh, no, Sam's not coming in today.
Hey.
So, Bubba, you're working double duty. That's on me.
All you need is 3 guys to take over the world. That's all you need. 4 is a luxury.
3 men can change the world. Got some NFL draft stuff, some Tennessee Vols updates. We'll see where the big man wants to start next. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Cody Mack on this Monday morning. Where do you want to start? What do you view as the biggest story, sports story? I don't want to start with the Saturday night correspondence dinner. I know that's where you want to start. I don't want to start there. I give you Tennessee baseball getting off the mats. I give you Vols in the NFL draft. I give you anything else.
Well, I don't care about the draft all that much,
Really?
To be honest with you, the biggest thing I care about right now in our sports world, in our localized nuclear sports world, is Rick Barnes getting his roster the way he wants it.
Really?
That's honestly the biggest thing I care about right now. Now, baseball, that was nice to see Saturday.
Shout out to the boys.
And maybe that's a good place to start because there's really nothing to talk about with basketball.
I think you said Saturday, but it was Friday. Either way.
It was
a Thursday.
The doubleheader was Friday.
It was a Thursday,
yeah.
Friday,
okay.
Saturday.
Yeah, that's right, because the rain.
But hey, I mean, about as good of a doubleheader as you can play, a 21-4 doubleheader for Tennessee baseball. That was a good start to the sports weekend.
Well, I didn't see the first game, and I just saw that we won 10-0.
10-0.
Right?
Yep.
And I said, you're not going to fool me. I've seen this play out before. Team wins the first game big, and then the second game's not great. But I ended up actually watching the second game. I had an easy night. I didn't go out driving really until maybe I went out for a little bit. But I ended up watching the game, and a good majority of it anyway. And it was nice to see. It seemed like we had some good bats working there. They kind of opened it up on them.
It is crazy what happens whenever, your two best players are hitting the ball. At least the two guys you thought were going to be your two best players.
Yeah. The thing with this baseball team is I don't know if they've got it together or if they're just hot and cold, because you look at that Ole Miss series, but then also you consider that Ole Miss is very hot.
Yeah, Ole Miss had a good weekend.
So, the fact that you lost that series, maybe that's, not the worst thing in the world.
Maybe winning one of those was, not that bad. But especially, Mississippi State looked good this weekend too. They were rocking down there in Starkville, and maybe just getting to 6-3, like we talked about, getting to 6-3 over that 9-game stretch. Maybe that's something worth celebrating.
Yeah.
Or at least being like, you know what, that's not so bad, because now all of a sudden you look and Tennessee has kind of dug themselves up from the bottom of the SEC. They're in a 3-way tie, at 10-11. But, one of the teams they're tied with, Alabama's coming to came out of this weekend ranked number 13. I imagine they'll go down a little bit. But, hey, you're just a game back from really being in the top half of the SEC.
It's amazing what just hitting the ball can do for a team.
Yeah.
Just in terms of overall vibes and energy, and obviously you got to hit the ball because you want to score runs. But I mean more about the vibe. You just feel so much better when your team's hitting the ball.
Well, in game one on Friday, you not only did you hit the ball, but you also got a star performance from Tegan Coons. I mean, that's the best game Tegan Coons has thrown as a Vol. And I say that because it's almost impossible to be better than what he was in game one. He threw a complete game. It was only 8 innings. He threw a complete game, didn't give up a run, struck out 9 people, and was pretty damn good.
Your starting pitching is, you're as good as anybody, right?
Yeah, it's the bullpen that lets you down. So Tegan Kuhn said, hey, here's a way to not let the bullpen blow the game. I'm just not going to hand the ball to the bullpen at all.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. And then in game 2, Blanco gave you 6 innings. Whenever, by the time he came out in the 6th, you were up 9-3. So that's another way, to hand it to the bullpen. Like, hey, here's a lead, 9-3. Now that would be more so what you're talking about, Cody, with the offense showing up and scoring some runs. And all of a sudden the bullpen has a little bit more wiggle room when they have a, 6-run lead. That's a recipe for success.
I love watching my team when the bases are loaded and there's only 1 out. That's a good feeling.
It stresses me out.
You're going to get something out of it. Most likely.
It stresses me out. I'm like, man, no
You're
double play.
About leaving them stranded?
No double play. No double play. No double play.
Yeah.
I think I prefer just 2nd and 3rd 1 out.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want no double play.
Don't need that guy at first.
Yeah.
It's getting to be that time of the year where, it's almost May. It's April 27th. We're right around the corner from postseason baseball.
By the time Tennessee plays an SEC opponent again, it's going to be May.
And that would be Kentucky. Is that the next?
Yep. Kentucky, you head to Lexington.
And that's a place you've struggled.
Yeah, I guess it is. They aren't playing great right now, though. Like, you're catching them as they are floundering a little bit, I believe. So, like, you're headed there with a chance to kind of keep what you're doing rolling. They just lost a series to South Carolina. They were able to salvage the sweep on Sunday, but they lost a series to Vanderbilt at home. They lost a series to Auburn. They lost a series to Missouri. They lost a series to LSU. They lost a series to Ole Miss.
Well, the way this league goes, they'll win the series against Tennessee.
Now, they did sweep Kentucky, they swept Alabama March, the first weekend of SEC play. But then, like I said, since then they lost 2 out of 3 to Ole Miss, 2 out of 3 to LSU, 2 out of 3 to Missouri, 2 out of 3 to Auburn, 2 out of 3 to Vandy, 2 out of 3 to South Carolina. So they haven't been able to win a series since that sweep.
That's kind of like us last year.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we were doing last year. Just to win 2 of our last 3 series makes me feel good.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to win a series in this league.
Well, if Tennessee can go up to Kentucky and win that series, I'll feel like we're in a pretty good spot.
Do you think we benefited from getting a doubleheader Friday? Like, once you see the first game and how that went?
Yeah. Once you see that you won that doubleheader and you scored, 21 runs,
yeah,
I can't help but think that you benefited from playing both those games back to back, because vibes were pretty high after the 10-0 shutout win, and then you rolled it in to the next game and threw up 11. But it wasn't like you came out on fire, though. Like, you came out, you did score in the 2nd inning, but Alabama battled back and scored in the 3rd and scored in the 4th and had a 2-1 lead. So it wasn't like you hit the ground running. You were losing in the 6th inning, and then you blew it open in the 6th inning.
Yeah, and then it was 3-3 there, right?
It was
you blew it open.
No, it was 3-2. It was 3-2 going into the 6th inning, and then you scored 6 runs in that inning.
Yeah, that's where we.
Yeah, and then a 7th run. Blaine Brown hit a home run in the 7th to make it a 10-3 game. But
yeah,
so it wasn't like you just beat them down the entire time. It wasn't like you fully just rolled over the momentum and just kept hitting from the first game. You had to had to dig deep and take a game that you were losing and turn it into a blowout, which is impressive. I like when that happens.
Yeah, I just like seeing the guys have some juice. I mean, that seems like to me to be such a big deal in baseball. It's kind of a vibes sport.
Sure.
You know, you gotta have that swagger. I mean, that's everything we talked about with Vitello's teams is they just had that. It's like an intangible confidence, you know. And this team, it felt like was lacking that for a lot of the year, but I hope. I mean, it seems like maybe they're starting to put it together a little bit.
We'll see, because we kind of hoped that you're putting it together after sweeping Mississippi State, and then you came home and lost the first two to Ole Miss. Now, like Cody said, Ole Miss playing some pretty good baseball, but still, you were at home and you lost 2 of those 3 games to Ole Miss.
Well, that's what I was saying. If you take these last 9 games as a whole, though,
yeah,
maybe that's more about Ole Miss and what Ole Miss is doing. And that doesn't mean that we were, you know, that we were just cold. It's just, you know, you play a really good team.
Well, I think every single person would have locked in 6-3 over a 9-game stretch against Alabama and the 2 Mississippi schools. Like every single person would have been like 6-3, sign it up. No matter how you get there, lock it in. Let's do it.
And we always seem this team's been pretty good at taking care of their midweek business. I mean, they're, you know, no
sure
blimps there. So it looks pretty good for the tournament right now. I mean, you still got some work to do, right? But
yeah, you still got to win a couple more games. Like I think 13 or 14, you know, 14 automatic. Like we'll get you in. 13 should be in. So you got to find a way to win, you know, 3 more games at least to feel like you got a chance. 4 more, you feel like you're getting in.
And you got to play Texas in there.
You got to play Texas in there. So like you play Kentucky, who Kentucky, you know, is 9-12 in the SEC, but like I told you, they opened up SEC play with a sweep against Alabama. So really, you could say they're 6-12 their last 18 games.
Yeah, not
so when
great.
I tell you Tennessee is 6-3 their last 9, Kentucky is 6-12 their last 18. So Tennessee definitely playing better baseball than them. Texas comes to Knoxville in 2 weeks. They are 13-7 in the SEC. And then you end SEC play with a road trip to Oklahoma, who is 11-10 in the SEC. So this upcoming weekend is your best position series where you could win this series and feel pretty good about your chances to do that. If you come out and you go 2-1, that gets you back to 500 in SEC play.
Mm-hmm.
You'd get back to 12-12 through 24 games, which would feel like an accomplishment.
And you'd be 1 win away from that 13 mark.
Yep.
That should get you in.
Yep.
So,
and really, you just have to avoid getting, you know, double swept to get there. You just have to find 1 more game, and I think you'd like your chances there.
Yeah, this is a big one this weekend because that should be an opportunity to win that series, hopefully 2-1, you know. I mean, I think we'd all lock that in.
Bubba, as our go-to baseball expert, as our rules official here, and somebody who's been watching a lot of baseball, I just wanted to open the floor up to you if you had any thoughts on how the boys bounced back on Friday or anything else in the SEC that happened this weekend.
I mean, Thursday, we're all kind of like, oh, man.
Boom, 2 thumbs down. Boo.
But then, hey, Friday, doubleheaders, big.
2
lots
thumbs,
of scoring, lots
2
of
thumbs
pitching. I don't know if you saw this graphic where, like, previous teams, like SEC teams, and then the following season.
Yeah.
Tennessee kind of had the best record out of all of that.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that last year, you know, coming off a national championship. Tennessee had a pretty good title defense, all things considered. You were able to finish above 500 in SEC play. You were able to get back to a super regional. That's a pretty good title defense. We had seen the Mississippi schools, I believe, both just missed the tournament. LSU, coming off their first championship, was okay. Now LSU this year sucks. Like they're 6-15.
That's a bad series loss.
Yeah. I'd
like to have that one back.
Yeah, looking at the way them and really Vanderbilt too, but especially LSU, they're 6-15, and 2 of their wins came from you just completely falling apart, completely, letting them off the hook.
Well, I can remember at the time, when we lost those freakish games at the start of conference play, it's like the silver lining, maybe if you want to look at it positively, is like actually this team is pretty good. We're just finding ways to lose.
Yeah.
And maybe that's becoming more of the story now, hopefully. I mean, because the team we've known all year, they got a lot of talent. I mean, you're one of the most talented rosters in the country.
It is funny that LSU is 2 Tennessee gags away from being 4-17 in the SEC.
Don't let the boys get hot.
I would like for them not to get hot. They got a long way to go if they're trying to battle back and get into the NCAA tournament. Tennessee in a pretty good position. I know Cody didn't really want to talk SEC baseball. You want to talk about Rick Barnes' roster building and Rick Barnes where he's positioned. We'll dive into that next. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Coach Rick Barnes trying to get to a Final Four. Trying to make school history. Trying to ride off into the sunset a winner. That's Cody's main focus when it comes to Tennessee athletics. Did anything happen over the weekend to trigger this response?
No, I've been thinking about it, man, for the last 2 weeks since, or however long since we've been trying to put this roster together. You got a lot of pieces coming together that make you hopeful.
And then some pieces that aren't coming together either.
What does that mean, brother?
Well, we had questions about Mr. Tyler Tanner.
Uh-huh.
Point guard one.
And we learned that man is chasing NBA dreams.
That man is doing the Nate Ament and says, hey, I'm going to go to the NBA draft, go through that process. I'm leaving the door open to return to school. He did go out of his way to include that, unlike Nate Ament. Obviously, Nate Ament is in a better position to succeed in the NBA and to get drafted higher, but Tyler Tanner, it's been a weird last month for him with all the rumors of Vandy kind of lowballing him, other schools trying to get him into the transfer portal. They were unsuccessful in doing so, but he is still going to go through the draft process and see if he can go play professional basketball. I maintain that he is almost the prototypical player that NIL was invented for. I don't see a bright future for him in the NBA.
He's the Diego Pavia of basketball.
He's better than Diego Pavia. But to an extent, guys that didn't really have a professional future that are good college players, yeah. Like Tyler Tanner to me is better than that. And like Tyler Tanner will make the NBA. I just don't see him succeeding in the NBA. Like he'll get a grade from the combine of like late first round, early second round. I just don't think he'll have a successful career there. He's too small.
His style of play may have been, he might have had a better chance in a different NBA.
Yeah, if it was 10 years ago, he'd be fine. If he was 10 years ago, he would be probably a higher draft pick, and you would look at him as like, wow, this guy can shoot. This guy can distribute. Yeah, he'll be fine. But yeah, you fast forward to 2026, and it's like, we ain't really got a lot of spot for a lot of 6 foot guys out here.
We'd rather have a 6'7" point guard.
Yeah. We'd rather have a whole bunch of 6'5" and up players and take our chances. That's kind of where the league is headed. And Tanner, yeah, him being 6 foot, I just don't think he's got. I don't think he's special enough at the other stuff to make up for that.
He's no Iverson.
Yeah, or Chris Paul, or hell, I mean, even Trae Young can't do it anymore. Trae Young before the injuries, maybe, but like even he is kind of in a weird spot, and he's a much better player than Tyler Tanner.
Well, he gets what he wants. Yeah, I mean, he had a chance to be a Vol, could have been a Vol, chose not to be.
Yeah, but I also understand him not wanting to taint whatever legacy by entering the portal. Same as Nate Ament said, like, hey, I'm not going to enter the portal. It's either Tennessee or the NBA.
Well, the rumors with Tanner, I think, are that it was the recruiting, right? That he didn't like the guy recruiting him. Was it Rod Clark when he was here? Or am I thinking of a different player? Have you heard that?
I haven't heard any of the intricacies of Tyler Tanner's situation other than that, like, he grew up a Tennessee fan, and I think we were pretty late on extending him an offer is the way I thought I'd read it. But
I'm just regurgitating what I heard from the Basilio.
Right. I'm not casting doubt on what Basilio was saying. I'm just saying I didn't hear it. I'm unaware of that story. I knew there was ties with Tyler Tanner and Tennessee, him being a mid-state kid. And I know that he balled out against us and really caught the coach's eyes this season because of how good he was.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good player. He carried Vanderbilt a long way. Would have been a nice piece to have him, but you're not going to get everything you want, obviously. So
he wasn't a big time prospect, coming out of high school. So if like Tennessee didn't necessarily roll the red carpet out for him, like I don't fault them for that. He's one of the guys that got to college and really like got better.
Yeah, he blossomed.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah. So I understand him having loyalty to Vanderbilt for that. Tennessee, I don't know if you saw Chris Lowe kind of put it out there that he expected a Juke Harris to Tennessee announcement this week.
Okay, just a commitment.
Yeah. Like I think it'd still be one of those things like, hey, I'm committing to Tennessee, but also like I'm still doing the NBA stuff.
Yeah, it ends up like a Chaz Lanier situation.
Well,
sort of.
Chaz Lanier was the opposite. Chaz Lanier, or maybe I shouldn't say the opposite, but Chaz Lanier never committed anywhere. He just went to the NBA draft process, and then we were left kind of wondering, Okay, is he going to go to the pros? Nope, not going to do that. Okay, is it Tennessee or Kentucky? And then we had to kind of wait that out. This would be different in the sense of Juke Harris says, hey, I'm coming to Tennessee if I don't go to the NBA.
Well, where would Juke stand? I mean, he's obviously not going to be a lottery pick or anywhere near like a Nate Ament, right? I mean, he'd be back of the first round.
Yeah, he shouldn't be. And, mock drafts don't always know, especially before the lottery and especially before the combine. But Juke Harris, the highest I've seen him projected is 23rd, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what his break-even point is. Like, I don't know. We talked about with Ament how high he needed to go before he felt comfortable in terms of being drafted. I don't know what Juke Harris's is because, I talked about Tyler Tanner being a perfect NIL candidate. Juke Harris kind of is too, though. Like Juke Harris is another guy that's like, hey, I can make a lot of money being a really good college player.
Well, I would just think that we've got a lot of money set aside for him. The fact that we weren't good, that we're not getting Tyler Tanner, and the fact that Nate's most likely not coming back, I would think we got a pretty hefty sum of money waiting for Juke.
Yeah, and if we don't, so does Michigan.
Yeah.
But like Chris Lowe kind of reiterated, Juke's mama loves Rick Barnes. They're familiar and comfortable with him because, Tennessee and Juke went through the high school recruiting process where Tennessee finished second for him.
He's kind of the last piece that makes you feel like you've got a legitimate top 10 team.
Right? Yeah, he takes you from the 12 to 15 range into the top 8 or so.
You would think
if you get him.
You would think so. If you get Juke, you're looking at Juke Harris, Terrence Hill, Harrelson, the Triple H's. I mean, I think we feel really good about that. And then, I mean, the scorers with Lundblade, and then you got Day Ames. You got another big man. Will we add one more big man, or you think we're done?
We were linked to a bench big man. I want to say from Arkansas. Our name linked, matched up with his. He was a 7-footer. I don't know if he's actually played much basketball in college, but you're at least. I would be surprised if you didn't find one more guy with size, at least as like a emergency big off the bench. Like I do think we're going to see course correction, or like we talk about with Barnes, kind of zigging instead of zagging. So I do think this year's version of Tennessee was we want to beat you up in the post. I think next year's Tennessee is going to be, hey, we're going to play fast and we're going to attack and get downhill because all of our guys can handle the ball and score, and we're going to play really fast and try to do it that way. It seems to be the team he's putting together this offseason.
So you mentioned having more guys of that kind of size. Do you think that's why, or possibly this Washington commitment is kind of huge? It's like he's also a guy that's 6'8", 6'9", that can kind of fit some of the roles as this Braden Lou guy, and not exactly Ruben, but that kind of mold.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think getting Braden from Kennesaw State, that was a nice kind of insurance policy, or maybe even more than an insurance policy. I mean, I imagine he's going to be your first big man off the bench, but you're building it through wings. Like every one of your what you consider impact transfers for me have been on the wing. I'm not as sold on Ruben from Loyola of whether or not he's going to be, a really good SEC center. I need to kind of see that first. Him and Dwayne Brown, we'll see what that looks like. We'll see the minutes distribution, the rotation, and all those things. But yeah, you had 6? You came into last year with 6 guys on the bench. Is that right? 5, I guess. Then you lose Cade Phillips. So right now you only have 3, and 2 of them I'm not sure of their SEC. If they can reach the level of physicality that you need in the SEC. So, yeah, I would like to roll the dice and get another guy there.
Last year's team looked like, on paper, that it had depth.
Yeah.
But then once you actually got down to some of those pieces, you realized it wasn't quality. It wasn't the quality you would have hoped for.
And that was with getting lucky, too, in terms of what I mean by getting lucky is that you had some freshmen actually pop, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, you had two really key rotation guys by freshmen, and I'm not sure that you had any hope that Dwayne Brown was going to be able to play as a freshman. Like, I think the staff's pretty much said as much of like, yeah, that was kind of found money. So, like, you know, there's a possibility that with Tennessee and like Bubba said, with the Washington commit and the recruiting class you have coming in, you got some highly ranked 4-stars. Like, one of those, two of those are going to have to play, or at least going to be in the rotation trying to show that they can play. Ryan Shumper at RockyTopInsider.com, he had a tweet. I feel like it's slightly misleading. No disrespect to my boy Shump. Technically, he's right, but I do feel like it's a little misleading. Tennessee's 6 outgoing transfers averaged 31.8 points per game last season and made a combined 52 three-pointers. The Vols' 6 incoming transfers averaged a combined 85.9 points per game last season and made 280 three-pointers.
I like the way that sounds.
I agree. It's just, it's a little misleading to me whenever it looks like, okay, we got 32 points heading out and we got 86 points coming in. I think to tell the whole story, you have to add, you know, Felix's 13 points a game, Jacoby's 20 points a game, and Ament's like 18 points a game to tell a real fair story of what's leaving versus coming in. But if you do boil it down to just the transfers, I don't think we'll miss too many of Tennessee's transfers. Yeah. But I will miss that trio of Felix, Gillespie, and Ament a lot.
Well, that stat that he put out was also pre-Juke, right?
Correct.
He's not included in that.
Correct.
So that'll give you another elite scorer.
Yeah, you could bring in another 20 points a game. Not a whole lot of threes made, but a whole lot of points coming in. I mean, he averaged 21 points a game at Wake Forest.
You just got to hope Rick Barnes can teach these guys to play defense.
I'm not worried about that.
I'm not either. That's why I have so much hope.
You could add 87 more three-pointers and 21.4 points a game if Juke Harris does end up at Tennessee. But when you do boil it down to the just only the transfers, I mean, that's pretty staggering. And it does match up what Rick Barnes said last week, right? Where he said, we're paying for production, not retention.
Yeah.
You're not getting a bonus just because I like you. We're not going to over-prioritize you just because I like you, just because we spent a year or two together. You want to go? Okay, go. We'll replace you with somebody that wants to be here, that views us as a good landing spot, that's going to coach them on and off the court, maybe get you to the NBA, but almost assuredly win a bunch of basketball games, because that's something Rick Barnes has done a lot of over the last 30 years of his life, but in particular at Tennessee, we've won a lot of basketball games over the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, I was just looking the other day, and you know, Rick Barnes's teams at Tennessee, we haven't won fewer than 25 games in a non-COVID year since his second year.
Yeah,
I think 2017.
Yeah, I mean, it just so happens that his 2 worst teams were during the COVID year, so we could throw those out.
Well, I mean, in some ways that's kind of, you know, manipulating it, but also those seasons were cut short.
Yeah,
because that second team was 18-9.
Yeah, no, that you could easily tell me if they had more non-conference games that they would have.
Yeah, they were 18-9, and look at this team this past year. You didn't think they were going to get to 25 wins, but at the end of the day, even this past team, that was not one of his best teams.
Well, not only that, but the COVID did impact the way that team was able to practice and bond leading into the season. So, like, I don't think it's manipulative. It's just kind of funny. It worked out that the 2 years that you would kind of throw out are the 2 years you're allowed to throw out.
It's just amazing. I mean, it has been the golden era of Tennessee basketball, and everybody wanted Pearl for so long. You had all that talk, oh, let's bring Bruce back, you know, and then finally, I think everybody, it was a different season for some people to finally bend the knee, but you realize now that you're the best you've ever been program-wise in this sport. And it's just you got to really appreciate it.
27, 25, 27, 30, 25. Those are your win totals over the last 5 years. No reason to think this roster that they're putting together can't go out and win 25 games at minimum next year as well. Hour one of the books. We'll kick off hour two with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work-hard, play-hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
But to have him just admit that the
Kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink it responsibly. What's up, Cody Mack? Give me some hour 2 headlines. What you got?
Well, thank you, John. I knew something had happened on the Strip Saturday night.
Oh, yeah?
But I didn't know what it was. There were 2 ambulances. This is right around the time the bars closed. Couple ambulances, handful of cop cars. Had the street kind of blocked right there on the main part of the Strip. And I was actually the last car in front of the ambulance, so I was, gassing it to get out of the way of the ambulance because he was coming to. And I just looked over and I saw some kid laying on the ground.
Oh, no.
And a lot of people crowded around, and I knew something looked bad.
Where the hell is this headed?
I knew something bad had happened, but I didn't know what. I didn't know if somebody got hit by a car or what. But now I see the video surfacing. It looks like this guy was jumped by several people.
Oh, no.
There were 3 or 4, 5 guys beating on this guy in a group. And looks like one of them stomped him in the head, which is a move that, as a lot of people are saying here, you stomp some guy in the head, that could be attempted murder.
Yeah, no, if you stomp somebody in the head, I've always heard that. If you kick somebody in the head when they're on the ground like that raises your charges.
But I see now what happened, and I was curious because I drove right by it and wondered what had happened, because there were a lot of people crowded around, and now I see the video. It looks like they're fighting in the street. So hopefully that guy's okay.
Do you have any details?
No, I just saw this video. I don't know if this is the kind of thing that'll make the local news or not.
Did they take him to the hospital?
I would imagine.
Yeah, if the ambulance is there, I would think so.
Yeah.
If he's laid up in the hospital, I could see it making the news.
Well, if I get any updates, I'll give it to you. Hopefully,
all right.
Hopefully he's okay. Mike Tomlin said that his exit from the Steelers was partly rooted in recent playoff woes. In his first interview since resigning as coach of the Steelers in February, Tomlin told NBC's Maria Taylor he walked away in part because of the recent lack of playoff success and a belief that some of his veterans were worthy of the excitement and the optimism associated with new leadership. So I guess Tomlin admitting that he felt that it had gotten stagnant, basically.
Well, it's nice of him to admit that.
Yeah.
We talked about it every year. I liked to bring it up every January, how long he had been since actually winning a playoff game.
He said he felt like some of those veterans are worthy of the excitement and optimism associated with new leadership.
Which it is funny that excitement and optimism led them to Mike McCarthy, which I don't know if that necessarily is going to bring those veterans some new juice.
Yeah.
Because Mike McCarthy and Mike Tomlin seem a little bit like kindred spirits. But it is at least somebody different.
Well, the Rockets able to stay alive with a win last night over the Lakers. They say Alperen Şengün's speech helped spark the Game 4 win.
Really?
That's what they're saying. Yeah, he scored 19 points in Houston's win over the Lakers.
I didn't really take him for a rah-rah speech guy. Good for him.
Yeah, that's what Amen Thompson said. Said his speech helped the guys believe they could come back in the series despite being down 3-0. And he said he was just letting us know he didn't want to go home. I was proud of him taking the leadership role and pulling us back in there.
I'm interested in seeing how that series progresses because Game 3 was messy. Game 3 was about as low of a point as you could have as an NBA team in the playoffs, I feel like. You had Kevin Durant kind of having a mystery injury pop up out of nowhere, and then it seemed like it was in response to a younger player on the team calling him out. I don't know if you saw that clip of Jabari Smith basically being like, yeah, Kevin Durant, we know that you're getting double teamed, but bro, like, it's the playoffs. You got to figure out how to beat double teams. Get to your spot. Be Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant kind of responded by being like, all right, I'll be Kevin Durant. I'm not playing. And not only did he not play, he didn't even show up to the sidelines. He didn't sit with the team on the bench. Like he didn't show up for the game.
Which game?
Game 3.
Okay, because I saw him sitting there last night in his camo hoodie.
Yep. He came out last night, but he wasn't out there for Game 3. Then the Rockets, I don't know if you saw Game 3, blew that in historically bad fashion. They had a 6-point lead with like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I did watch that.
Had a bad turnover, had another bad turnover. LeBron hits the game-tying shot, then they lose in overtime. So
yeah, that was pretty cool seeing LeBron come up clutch there to send it to overtime.
That was cool, but it wouldn't have been cool if you were a Rockets fan. You'd be like, what the hell just happened? If you're a Rockets player, you'd be like, what the hell just happened? Then you have Ime Udoka, your head coach, basically go after the postgame and be like, yeah, my players are all little kids that don't understand the fundamentals of basketball. They really choked. The moment was too big, yada, yada, yada. So, like, I added all that up, and I was like, you know what? This is a pretty good chance that the Rockets go 1-2-3 Cancun. Let's just end this season from hell. Let's just get to vacation. Let's get rid of Kevin Durant. Hell, let's maybe get rid of Ime Udoka and let's kind of start over. But instead, credit to them. Cost me some money, but they dug deep.
They were relying on Şengün to be their bucket getter there in the clutch time, and he really wasn't that guy.
No.
LeBron almost had a game winner go in, too, when they didn't have much time, but he stepped back, and that one just rimmed out.
It barely rimmed out.
That would have been pretty cool. But, yeah, they got it done in overtime. I actually that was one of the games I watched pretty much the whole end of that game.
Now, with all that being said, I still feel like it's a gentleman's sweep. I still feel like it's like, hey, you take Game 4. Now you guys can feel good about yourselves. If you're the Lakers, you buy a little bit more time to let your guys get healthy. We'll buy a couple more days for Luka. Game 5 isn't until Wednesday, so LeBron gets 2 extra days of rest because he played 45 minutes in Game 3. So
yeah, he's had to carry him.
Yeah, and they looked pretty tired once the Rockets got out and started running yesterday. So like let the Lakers get a little bit more of a rest. We'll see if Austin Reeves is back. But on the flip side, Kevin Durant should be back. And maybe Kevin Durant comes back and actually plays good basketball and turns this into a series.
LeBron says after last night, it started with me. He takes blame for the loss, saying his turnovers were unacceptable in last night's game.
Yeah, they didn't look very good from the jump.
At what point I heard a guy on the radio talking about this the other day. At what point do you start to ask about Kevin Durant's his all-time
legacy,
greatness? Yeah, his legacy, because he's always viewed as that guy who teams will go out to be the centerpiece of their team, to carry their team, but he really doesn't have it from a leadership standpoint. He's just a scorer.
Yeah, no,
he's great at that.
He's kind of like, I won't say he's just a scorer. I think he's been a pretty good defensive player for most of his career. I think he's been a really good all-around basketball player. But what I think is a lot of it, I just kind of think is him aging the way kind of basketball players are supposed to age, where like they get a little bit slower, get a little bit more injury prone. But like personality-wise, he's an enigma. I mean, we compared him to Aaron Rodgers last week, and I think that's pretty accurate. Like, Kevin Durant's one of, if not the most skilled scorers of all time. But
is he a winner?
But yeah, he's not really it's hard to not say he's not a winner because his teams win a lot of games. But like when he gets to the playoffs, he's not a guy that can just put his head down and run through you and get it done and impact the game overall like a LeBron James. To me, it's just levels, though. It's like LeBron James is his peer, and LeBron James is just much better at all-around basketball.
Yeah, it's like the Tiger and Phil thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, LeBron's an all-time great, without a doubt, whether you say he's number 1 or 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
but Durant's had a weird career, man, really from the beginning of his career. I mean, he was drafted by the Seattle Supersonics. He played a couple years in Seattle, then all of a sudden he's in Oklahoma City. Like, that's weird to be the face of a franchise that gets moved early in your career. That just kind of set him off a path where everything was just going to be weird. And then he goes to a team that beat him in Golden State, a team that, had won 73 games and already had a championship. that's kind of an unprecedented move for a superstar to do that. And then, he won some championships because everyone's like, hey, you got to win some championships, So he went to Golden State and won a championship and was a big reason why they won. He won finals MVP both years. But everyone's like, we don't really count that. You didn't really do much there. You were already on a team that was really, really good.
It's already a championship team.
Yeah, then he goes to Brooklyn and puts together another team that was kind of a super team with Kyrie and James Harden. But then COVID happened and Kyrie Irving went crazy. Like that's crazy too. Like that's just odd. You don't really have players you don't have teams get derailed because of vaccines. Like that's like one of the only times that's ever happened in major sports. I would say it's the only time it's ever happened in the NBA. So like it's just been a weird career from Kevin Durant.
Well, you mentioned Golden State, and speaking of them, I saw where the Warriors reportedly had grown tired of Steve Kerr's political activism.
I saw that headline. Was there a story attached to it? Because, I to me, without reading into it, I was thinking about this, and I was like, okay, that's a little surprising. But I was like, I bet they're saying the Warriors, and I'm thinking of the team, but really they're talking about like the ownership and just front office don't like him.
People at the top.
Okay.
According to multiple reports, some people at the top of Golden State, perhaps one person, but more on that later, says San Francisco Gate, have not been too happy with the political commentary of Steve Kerr.
Okay. So people at the top, that makes sense because I didn't think the players would have really too much of a problem with it because Steve Kerr tries to come out and be like, hey, be nice to minorities. Hey, we don't need to have guns all over the place. Hey, and that's usually more in line with what I would imagine most of the players feel. But the super rich owner, nah.
They did not directly confirm the person in question was owner Joe Lacob, but it was heavily implied.
Okay. Well, they also butted heads, though, just from basketball stuff, too. There was you remember the viral story earlier this season, Cody, where Joe Lacob responded to an email from a fan?
Not familiar with that.
It was weird when he did it. Let me see if I can pull up the email to you. But, he responded to a fan's email. The fan basically emailed Joe Lacob and was like, bro, can you fix things? This is frustrating as a fan. Joe Lacob responded 2 minutes later and was basically throwing Steve Kerr under the bus.
Maybe I did see this. The guy, it was an actual response to a...
Yeah, so basically the guy emailed him after a loss and said, Dear Joe, please do something about this team. What Steph need to do every night to win? Drop 50 points? Team is in need of a real second option. Jimmy Butler's tools are being really underutilized. Yada, yada, yada. And Joe Lacob responded 2 minutes later and said, you can't be as frustrated as me. I am working on it. It's complicated. So then, this part here is style of play, coach's desires regarding players, league trends. Jimmy is not the problem. So the fact he said style of play, that's coaches. Coach's desires regarding players, that's coaches.
Mm-hmm.
League trends, that's just, I don't know what he means by that really. Jimmy is not the problem, aka the coaches are the problem. And there was something similar there, Cody, too, with the Hawks. I don't know if you've watched Jonathan Kuminga much for them, but Jonathan Kuminga is a pretty talented player who had stepped up for the Warriors over the last couple of years when they got to the playoffs and guys were injured.
Yeah, you said he was kind of a cast off.
Yeah, Steve Kerr just couldn't get through to him and basically couldn't make it work with him. But all accounts coming out of Golden State is that Joe Lacob really liked Jonathan Kuminga and was his biggest fan and was really wanted him to play and kind of thrive there. But Steve Kerr couldn't get it done. So that combined with this email, it does seem like there's a huge disconnect between the ownership and Steve Kerr, which is why you've seen Steve Kerr, basically say his goodbyes over the end of the season, be like, hey, they don't really want me back.
Well, sometimes you got to make a change.
Sure. So now to have this come out that basically the owner doesn't like the way Steve Kerr gets down and talks about political issues, that's not really surprising.
Well, the state of Tennessee is making a change. You could call this a political issue, I guess. You possibly could. Tennessee passed a bill Friday allowing the use of deadly force to protect property.
That feels... Look, I mean, I'm on board in terms of you should be able to protect yourself. And there's a fine line between like protecting yourself and protecting property in terms of split moment decisions. So like, what I was always told growing up was that basically under no circumstances could you shoot somebody in the back type of thing in Tennessee. Because somebody breaks in your house, you can't shoot them if they're running out of the house, if they're retreating. We had a neighbor actually get caught up in this because he caught people stealing his vehicles. He had some old vehicles out in one of our fields. They were like old, basically junk cars. And long story short, meth addictions kind of, ransacked the county for a while. Stealing got pretty bad out in the country. People used to always come steal our stuff. Like all the time they'd come carry like just gasoline cans because, hey, gasoline was $4 a gallon. You find a 5-gallon full thing for somebody's lawnmower, hey, you save $20. But then also people started working down the street a little bit, down the road, and started stealing these cars and like stealing scrap metal off these cars. And one time the neighbor caught him as they're trying to like haul off one of their cars. And he stood in the road and he shot inside the car trying to stop him. And he got in trouble and had to go stand trial for attempted murder because they're like, hey, you were shooting them for stealing your car, not because you were defending your life. And as a kid, I always thought that was so weird. But also I understand, like, certain things, you can't just shoot somebody that's on your land and say they were doing this, this, and this. You have to kind of show some actual, fear that your life is in danger. But not anymore in Tennessee, right? Now it's just like, hey, if you come mess with my stuff, I can shoot you and kill you. Which I'd say a lot of people say, hey, that's good. Don't come in places you shouldn't be.
Could we bypass this with arrows? Like crossbows?
Just shoot people with arrows, wound them?
Yep.
What sparked the change? Are you reading this story at all?
No, it's just something that came down Friday. I don't know exactly. I'd have to read into it.
Like on one hand, I get it. Yeah, if you come in my house, I don't care if you're not a threat to me, like that you don't have a weapon. If you're in my house carrying my TV out, I'm going to feel like you might come back. I'm going to shoot you. I kind of understand that.
Well, if you break into somebody's house, I mean, you're playing with fire.
Yeah, 100%. And if you get shot and killed while breaking into somebody's house, I don't think too many people are going to cry for you.
No.
But even then, you had to like jump through hoops to show like, well, my life was in danger.
Yeah.
You have to prove that your life is in danger. Now it's pretty fair to say like, hey, if you've come into somebody's house, even if you're unarmed, even if you're not trying to hurt anybody, and you get shot, that removes the unknown. That removes the burden of proof for.
Well, it's kind of tricky because they're just simply being on someone's property, like that happens a lot for one reason or another. Like say you're a food delivery driver and you're going to deliver food to somebody and they've got a fence up and there's a gate on the fence and you open the gate because it says, hey, put the food on my porch. And like, I don't know, man, you've come into their property and like,
it'd be scary to be a delivery driver.
Well, there was a guy in Nashville Friday. I don't know if you saw this, but he was delivering over there off of 8th Avenue and he was picking up from the Chick-fil-A. I know right where it's at because that's where I used to live. It's right by that Kroger over there. And he was picking up and he had picked up at the Chick-fil-A and parked his car in the Walgreens next door. So he was just coming across that parking lot and he got carjacked. There was a guy that tried to carjack him and he shot him and killed him. So the carjacker had a gun, but the delivery driver also had a gun and they got into a dispute, and the guy was trying to carjack him and the delivery driver shot the guy. And so he killed him.
Yeah.
But he was, self-defense. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I guess just don't be somewhere you don't need to be.
Well, don't be playing around with guns out in it's just,
did you give a fist pump?
Yeah, I did.
You saw that the
Uber Eats driver killed the carjacker. Hell yeah, man.
Have you thought of getting you a gun?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, they say you're not supposed to have one. Not that would really matter to me one way or the other.
Uber says you're not supposed to have one?
Yeah, it's against the policy. But
Uber's policy supersedes the damn Constitution?
Yeah, it wouldn't. If I wanted to carry one, I'd carry one. I've never carried one, personally.
Slingshot.
Yeah, I mean, I keep a pocket knife down in the
Really?
but I don't ever need I mean, the rides I do, I don't even because I've told you I don't take any chances anymore. You know, you don't have to worry about Anna Grace, robbing you. Typically, it's not really something that happens, but you never know. Even forget being an Uber or delivery driver, or whatever. Just being out in public, I mean, things happen.
We'll talk some NFL coming up next. Stick with us as Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
You got any hot takes there?
I'm gonna be honest here.
You didn't pay any damn attention.
John, I just night one wasn't fired up for it because I know our 2 first-rounders are for Sauce Gardner for this year and next year,
Oof,
so those are gone.
That's got to be a tough feeling.
Yeah, and then it's like, you want me to get excited over C.J. Allen?
Okay.
I mean, I'll take a nice linebacker. Hopefully he fits in well. But
All right.
Other than that, I'm not fired up, John. It
All
was
good,
a bad
brother.
sports weekend for me.
Bad sports weekend for you?
Yeah, that and then baseball-wise for MLB.
That little league team won that you didn't like.
Yeah, that too, man. Just
damn,
Vols
Vols won the series against Alabama, didn't you hear?
I couldn't enjoy it, man. I was too busy out there.
Yeah.
In the world.
Would you have felt better if the Colts had drafted Diego Pavia?
He would have talked himself into that so quickly.
You know, I'd rather have Diego Pavia than Riley Leonard.
Did you see where Diego was telling John Gruden about not having an agent?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I don't want some schmuck taking 10 to 15% of my money. That's my money.
You can't take 10% of zero, brother.
Was that for NFL or was that for NIL stuff back in college?
It seemed that's a fair question. It seemed as if he thought maybe both, but I did see Trey Wallace come out and say that he had an agent right now, and you do need an agent when you're trying to field these, undrafted phone calls. So hopefully he just meant in college, Bubba. Hopefully.
So the Ravens ended up picking him up.
They gave him a training camp invite,
which is not necessarily anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, a training camp invite is a chance, and we'll see if he's able to play his way on to a roster. Kind of the same thing that the Jacksonville Jaguars did for Joey Aguilar.
Diego became the first Heisman finalist since 2014 to not be drafted.
Finalist or winner?
Finalist, I think. Let me double check.
Wow.
Pretty sure it was just finalist.
Okay, that would be much more of a jarring stat because I saw that stat going around, but I was reading it as winner, and I was like, okay, that's only one guy a year, but
well, he didn't win.
Oh yeah, he didn't win. Never mind. So yeah, it would be final. Sorry. Yeah.
Diego, Bleacher Report. Diego, first Heisman finalist since 2014 to go undrafted.
I guess in my mind, I was thinking he had won since he beat the hell out of us.
I think when I first read that, that's how I read it too. And then I was like, wait, he didn't win the Heisman.
He would have fit the Browns so great.
It would have been on brand for them.
One of the stories of the draft was the slide of Jermod McCoy. That was kind of crazy to see on Friday.
That best available was up there for a minute.
I know it was, and I kept checking it. I went to the movies on Friday. I had to go to a funeral, then I had the movies. So I was not really spending much time watching anything. But I did keep checking my phone just to see, okay, is anything cool happening in the draft? And every time I'd look at the app, Bubba, it would have the very first thing you saw, best available player, and it was Jermod McCoy for the entire night on Friday. And that was tough to see.
I guess everybody was just terrified of this injury.
Well, I don't know if you saw the video that went viral of a guy trying to explain it to a panel exactly like the medical procedure and how they have to take something and put a bone plug in his knee, but apparently if they mess up this next surgery, his career's over. So basically they got one shot at kind of fixing it.
It's just too much of a risk.
It was too much of a risk you had to take, in the first or second rounds, whenever you have to give a bunch of guaranteed money to the rookies. People thought that once you got to the third round and the only guaranteed money was the signing bonus, that maybe that opened up the door for him to get drafted in the third round, but still nothing there. And then, he was the talking points coming out of Friday night into Saturday morning. It was nice that the very first pick of the fourth round was him. So it's like the Raiders had time to get together to be like, what are we doing here? Like, this guy's got top 10 talent. Who cares if he can only play 4 or 5 years? If you can get a first round corner for 4 or 5 years in the fourth round, yeah, of course you take it. You do it.
Well, the Raiders are usually when they take a gamble, it pays off.
This is Tom Brady's Raiders. This is a different version. There's a different version of the Raiders.
No better place to take a gamble than Las Vegas.
But I was hoping the Titans would do it. I mean, I wanted my team to try to grab him because I do think, like I said, that I feel confident you'll get 4 or 5 good years out of him.
Does everything wrong with him, does it all stem from that ACL tear, or is this a different?
I don't think so.
This is a different problem.
Yeah, they're saying that this is unrelated to the ACL. I've never really heard of a bone plug. I've never really heard of that. It has happened before for athletes, but I don't even know what the process is. But like I said, if it goes wrong on this next one, it is career threatening. So
it really sucks for him. I mean, I did kind of find myself feeling bad for him just because.
I think every Tennessee fan should feel bad for him, but I've realized that was not the case this weekend. There's
people that I got what he deserved.
Yeah, there's a lot of Tennessee fans that think that he got what he deserved.
Well, there's a lot of spiteful A lot of spiteful people
See,
out there.
Bubba feels that way too. What do you mean you might be onto something?
I mean, you got to kind of feel bad for a guy, don't you? When and I know maybe you're jealous because you're not an athlete like that. You know, I mean,
Bubba, are you jealous that you're not an
aren't.
athlete like Durant McCoy? Is that where you're?
Yeah, I'm jealous that
Okay.
I'm not a Division I athlete.
Okay.
But when you think about being in his shoes, I was saying last week, like when you're among your peers and it's like you're as good, you're a first round type of NFL, like you could go be an NFL player, you're a first round kind of guy. You probably feel like you're the best cornerback in the country when you're healthy. And then you just got this damn problem, and it's got to be just infuriating.
For me, it would be worse because I think every person in the draft, to an extent, feels that way. Like Chris Brazzell going in the third round to the Panthers, he probably thought, hey, I'm just as good as Jordan Tyson. I'm just as good as so-and-so. Not as good as Carnell Tate. That guy's a stud. But like he probably felt like, hey, these wide receivers, I'm better than him. Every player that gets drafted out of the first round probably feels that way, Cody. But it would be frustrating times 100 when everyone agrees. Like every mock draft, every scout had agreed with Jermod McCoy that he was the best corner in the draft, that he was a top guy.
Yeah.
Like everyone up until last week had kind of been like, yep, that's going to be a top 15 pick, 100%.
And to slide that far, I mean, yeah, that's rough, man. You just see those millions depleting.
But it happens every year to somebody. I still thought the craziest was, do you remember when Lael Collins lost all that money because of that? Because he was just linked to like
the lineman.
Yeah, like at LSU, he was supposed to be a first-round offensive lineman, and then like right before the draft, his ex-girlfriend ended up dead. And like he wasn't even a suspect, but they had just like talked to him about stuff, and that caused him to fall because they're like, we can't draft somebody that's linked to a murder, even though he wasn't like a suspect of the murder.
Yeah.
It was just like somebody close to him got killed.
That's rough.
And he ended up getting to like the 4th or 5th round, and then I remember him just telling all the teams like, don't draft me at this point. I want to be an undrafted free agent so I could pick my team. And it ended up working out for him. He got to the Cowboys and then got a pretty big deal and a pretty big second contract sooner than he would have had he been a first-round pick. But I remember just feeling like that was so crazy to watch. Same to an extent for Laramie Tunsil.
With the weed mask on draft night.
Yeah.
Maybe the most famous draft moment ever.
And he didn't fall out of the first round, but he went from like a top 5 pick to like 17th or 18th, wherever it was.
Mm-hmm. Wearing the gas mask.
But I felt really bad for Jermod McCoy, and I was surprised to find out how many Tennessee fans didn't really share that sentiment.
It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, we know he's injured and stuff, and then trying to look at timelines for ACL, and then it's like, I guess maybe people are upset that they weren't notified of how serious more stuff happened with his leg and knee and all that.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, oh, is he just sitting out because he wants to focus solely on the NFL draft? And then, if that's the case, it's like, oh, we feel wrong for that. So I don't know if we want to support this guy, even though would it have changed much for the season? That's a question, right? Would we beat Vanderbilt? Maybe.
I do think
we would have beat Georgia.
Yeah, I do think it would have changed a lot in the season. Was the sad part. I truly do, because if you'd have had him and Colton Hood out there, 2 of the top corners in the country, I do think that drastically changed how the defense would have been able to fare.
You 100% beat Georgia with Jermod McCoy out there.
Yeah, I agree.
You wouldn't have had a freshman.
Yeah.
Early, and he's a good prospect moving forward, but he just wasn't ready for that.
And the touchdown he gave up, I still thought was pretty good coverage. But at some point, Jermod McCoy would have made a play. There would have been some differences, and that was a game that you just need a couple plays to go your way.
Was there a timeline as to how ready he was before his pro day?
See, that's what's been so frustrating. And I understand the Tennessee fans who were frustrated by Jermod McCoy because we wanted him back.
Well, you thought he was just stringing us along, I guess.
For money and
is
stuff
why
like that.
people are upset. But
well, see, that was my thing. Is I thought if he didn't want to play, he didn't have to do the whole song and dance. He could have said, "I had a setback in my knee. I'm not playing."
Everything we heard was that he wanted to play, right?
Yeah, like every report was that he's trying, he's not giving up, he's going to try to ramp up, and there were talks out there that he did ramp up, and then afterwards his knee swelled up. But then somebody like, well, that's normal. The first time you test a repaired ACL,
everybody's a doctor.
It's going to swell up, and then you got to give it another week, and it'll be fine. But like that's why I never gave up on Jermod, and that's why I didn't really hold too much ill will, because in his position, you could have easily said, hey, I'm injured. I had a setback. I'm shutting it down. But he didn't really do that. Even after the Oklahoma loss, I mean, it was pretty obvious at that point he wasn't going to play. But like going into that game, you still thought maybe if you had won that, you'd have him back for a stretch run. Now, maybe he never had any intentions to play. Maybe he was just stringing us along. Maybe they were throwing more money at him. Maybe he did have something in his contract that he had to be actively trying to play to get paid. I don't know. But I never got the feeling he quit on his team. At all. So that was pretty tough to see people kind of celebrating his demise. Now we'll see how his career ends up. He should have a chip on his shoulder.
If anything, it should be his agent that's his enemy.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess a month ago, article from Brooks Austin.
Yeah.
Putting up for SI, talking about how Jamal McCoy's agent just calling friction with all these NFL teams ahead of, the draft.
Is that okay? I didn't see that. And I know that his agent was kind of if you did have an enemy during his time at Tennessee, it would be the agent trying to protect his NFL interests. But like, even if that's the case, his agent didn't give him degenerative knees. His agent didn't make it to where he's going to have this bone spur or this bone plug surgery that might end his career. His agent could have been a jerk, and if he was healthy, he still would have been a first-round pick. His agent was trying to somewhat protect him, I feel like.
J.R. Lowe writes in, I know Tennessee fans still pissed about Jamal Lewis sitting out.
There are a group of fans that just want what's best for the power T no matter what. And I can understand that. I don't feel that way. But like, I understand the people that do feel that, especially whenever you're starting to make a bunch of money. It feels like you can, criticize people more often.
When did Jamal Lewis sit out? Because I know he tore his ACL in the 98 Auburn game. Would he have played in 99? Is that what happened? Do you recall? Because
that's a little bit before we had an embarrassment of riches at running back.
I know we did in 98, and Jamal, it was the Auburn game. He was running down the field about to score. He was going to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And his knee just gave out on him.
Yeah. I mean, he played 10 games in 99.
I wonder when they're talking about he sat out. Surely not the 98 season. I mean, he didn't play the rest of that year, but it worked out with Travis Henry and Travis Stevens.
Looking at a couple other Tennessee Vols. Colton Hood led the way. He ends up with the New York Giants at the top of the second round, pick number 37. It's a good spot for him. I teared up a little bit watching his video, getting the call, telling the coach he's going to give him everything.
Who's that?
I'm a sucker for stuff like that. Colton Hood.
Yeah, I saw the Giants put out the welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because they got neighbors at receiver.
Yeah. But the video of Colton Hood getting the call while his family celebrates was pretty cool. Chris Brazzell, I already told you about him, to the Carolina Panthers in the third round, pick 83. Pretty cool picture. I don't know if you guys saw it from a couple years ago. Him with his mom wearing a Carolina Panthers jacket.
He wasn't smiling in that picture.
He wasn't smiling in the picture, but he was wearing a Carolina Panthers jacket. So, like, maybe he's got some fandom there. Jamal McCoy, fourth round, pick 101 to the Las Vegas Raiders. Joshua Josephs, a little surprised at him going fifth round. There was a time this year where you thought maybe he was going to be a first or second round type of guy. He ends up in the fifth round to the Washington Commanders. And Tyree West, seventh round to the Detroit Lions. There are a couple other players get some rookie deals. We'll update you on those after the break. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say-it-loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio. Get some.
Here we go.
Free agent signings. I told you about Joey Aguilar to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Dominic Bailey to the Houston Texans. Bryson Eason to the 49ers. Miles Kitselman to the Detroit Lions. Something tells me Miles Kitselman is going to be like a 10-year veteran in the NFL. Dan Campbell going to figure out a way to make him an impact player. Jalen McMurray to the Tennessee Titans. Jackson Moy to the Los Angeles Rams. And William Wright to the Denver Broncos. A total of 22 players in the Josh Heupel era have been drafted. It's the highest 5-year span of draft picks for the Vols since 26 went from 2003 to 2007. Is that surprising to you? 22 draft picks during the Josh Heupel era the last 5 years. That's the most since 2003 to 2007.
For Tennessee?
Yeah.
I mean, not exactly surprising. I mean, we're the best that we've been since then. I mean, it's a lot of bums in between there.
Yeah. I guess
Butch had some really talented. I would think maybe 2015-16 you would have had, quite a lot. But
I guess I just would have thought that from like 07, like if you move the sliders back a couple years, like from 06 to 10, I would have thought maybe we still had more because you were still recruiting at a pretty good clip, and like Fulmer was still here, and like you still had some,
like
Eric Berry's running around here in the facilities.
You had the higher end guys. You've
Sure.
had some higher end players
Yeah.
than the players that Heupel's gotten drafted for sure.
Tennessee has now produced at least 5 NFL draft picks in 3 out of the last 5 drafts. The 4 defensive picks for the Vols represents the most since 2007. 6 defensive linemen have now been drafted who were coached by Rodney Garner. The only program in the nation to produce multiple cornerback selections through the first 101 picks.
Sounds like a UT Sports press release.
Well, I'm reading it on utsports.com,
Oh,
so
okay.
it is a UT Sports press release.
Well, they do a good job. These people that do these things of manipulating it to sound like it's really great.
7 Tennessee wide receivers have been drafted in the last 7 drafts.
It's good PR.
5 in the Josh Heupel era: Chris Brazel, Dante Thornton, Velus Jones, Cedric Tillman, and Jalen Hyatt.
It's good propaganda. I like to hear it.
You've had 6 Vols get drafted since 2022 with as underclassmen. Were able to go early.
Okay.
Colton Hood at number 37 was the highest drafted Vol defensive back since Eric Berry went 5th overall. It's kind of crazy we haven't had a defensive back go before number 37 since 2010.
Where did Cam Sutton?
He
was a 3rd rounder.
I was going to say 3rd. I was going to say like maybe even a 4th rounder.
And then Alante Taylor was a guy.
Yeah.
Right. He got drafted later. So,
Taylor, I'm trying to look to see. Looks like he was the 2nd round 49th overall pick.
So he went higher than Sutton.
Let me look and see where
Sutton was a 3rd rounder.
Sutton went 3rd round 94th overall.
Okay. So Colton Hood, our highest drafted DB since Eric Berry.
Yep.
I mean, that's a cool stat. Cool, not a stat, but I don't know what tidbit.
I was gonna say, like, do you get to sell this as a program?
Yeah, you can sell it, but I mean, everybody else is selling the same thing.
Well,
like the teams you're up against are that you
Ohio
want to be
State, Georgia.
Well, yeah, the teams you want to be in the company of they're putting 1st rounders out there.
Oh no, I just mean, can you even sell the defensive stuff because you fired like a lot of the defensive staff is new.
I don't think all that stuff matters like it used to anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, because Colton Hood, part of the reason he came to Tennessee is because he saw what you did with Jamad McCoy.
Yeah, I mean, guys want to get to the NFL.
Yeah.
I just mean I think in today's era with all the money involved, like
money's still the motivating factor. For
some guys not going to commit here because you say, "Hey, did you know Colton Hood was the 2nd highest pick we've had since Eric Berry?"
No, but
I mean, if Ohio State's charging after him too,
Yeah.
they got plenty of guys they can mention. Michigan's got plenty of guys they can mention. Georgia,
it would have been great had Hood and McCoy gone in the 1st round. Because like McCoy's looked at as a failure now.
It'd be kind of funny if we lost one because of, well, I really wanted to join you guys, but Jamad McCoy, I mean, he fell all the way down to the Raiders, and he had bad knees.
It does suck because there was a chance you could have sold 2 1st round corners, or at least 2 corners taken in the first 37 picks. That would be a pretty big selling point. But yeah, now it doesn't really hit the same when it's like, hey, Jamad McCoy got drafted in the 4th round.
Well, maybe Ty Redmond will end up being really good, and you can sell him.
What about the wide receiver side of things? Because that's been a black eye on Tennessee and Josh Heupel in terms of the system and their success. Does Chris Brazel in the 3rd round, is that a positive? Is that a negative? Is that a push?
It's neutral right now. I mean, we'll see what he does in the league. Tillman has been okay.
Tillman's been okay. The other guys have all stunk.
Hyatt's a bust.
Velus is a
Velus
bust.
Jones is a bust.
Dante Thornton was terrible last year.
Dante Thornton had a nice start, didn't he?
He had a good preseason.
Is that all it was?
Yeah, I
we
mean,
we thought he might be something.
I want to say he had like 2 catches for 30 yards in his first game against the Patriots, but he did have a big catch that like won the game, got him the first down they needed. I remember watching that game.
It would be beneficial, I think, to especially Heupel being Mr. Offense, if Brazel could have an NFL career.
But yeah, he had 2 catches for 45 yards in that Patriots game. For the entire season, he had 10 catches for 135 yards.
Yeah.
So 20% of his catches came in that one game, and 40% of his yards came. About 30% of his yards came.
Let's see. The Panthers got that Teteroa McMillan, right? He's kind of their top guy. And then who else do they have at receiver?
I mean, they don't really have.
That's all got Xavier Legette.
They do have Xavier Legette. He talks funny.
Oh, I thought you were speaking French.
No, that was funny, Bubba. That was good. Good job by you. But yeah, like they don't really have. I mean, they don't really have anybody ahead of him that like he's going to have to struggle to get on the field with. Right now, they're listed starting receivers: Tet McMillan, who is going to be good, Jalen Coker, and Xavier Legette. And Xavier Legette's been a pretty big disappointment. Jalen Coker, I don't think, is anybody that he can't beat out. They got John Mechie III on there too, so that's another guy they're trying to.
Bama, right?
Yeah.
I have never heard the name Jalen Coker.
Jalen Coker. He played. Yeah,
he's their receiver too.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
He played at Holy Cross.
That's probably why. Is he a new guy?
No. He actually had a really good game in the playoffs against the Rams. He had 9 catches for 134 yards. He actually balled out against them.
Well, I
didn't do much.
What I said.
Didn't do much in the regular season. Only had 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he did ball out in the loss to the Rams. So maybe they do think that he might be hitting his stride and maybe is a legitimate receiver. But I think if I'm Chris Brazel, I feel like I could beat out Xavier Legette.
How great is football season?
It's cool. It's cool. I just, with as good a job as UT Sports did on the propaganda, on the PR stuff, I just don't know if any of these things are really like getting me too excited.
UTsports.com says we're winning the war.
Here's a tidbit for you, though, you might want.
A nugget.
Tyree West became the 24th all-time Vol selected by the Detroit Lions.
Yep, that matters.
Detroit has drafted more Tennessee players than any other organization in the NFL. So Detroit loves them some Vols.
Well, if there's any organization known for being all-time winners, it's the Detroit Lions. That's good.
It's a testament. Terry Fair and Jalen Reese-Maben.
We've had some good players in Detroit, yeah.
I don't know if they probably feel like
Jim Bob Cooter was in Detroit, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think he was as a player. I think that was just as a coach.
Yeah.
I don't know if they feel like they got their money's worth on drafting Hendon Hooker or not, but they drafted Hendon Hooker as well.
I'd like to see him be able to do something, but it's just probably not going to happen, is it?
I'll be interested to see if he ends up with the Titans. Like, I think people thought maybe you would have a Will Levis trade materialize during the draft where somebody, gives you a 6th or 7th round pick for Will Levis. They need to get rid of him because they already have Mitchell Trubisky as the backup. So, like, if Hendon Hooker does have a path to staying on the roster or the practice squad, they need to get Will Levis out of town, which I imagine will come over the next month or so for something.
What about Nuclear Arm Joe? Is he still out there with the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I'd like to see him play in the NFL. I'd like to see Dak. Well, it sounds bad to say I want to see Dak get hurt, but just so I'd like to see what Joe's got.
I think you know what Joe's got.
I know, but I want to see it in the NFL just to see if he could do anything,
If you're a Titans fan wanting some Titans thoughts, I'm going to save that for tomorrow with Sam. Give him a chance to talk a lot about the draft. He's fired up about it. There's your Tennessee Vols in the NFL update. Add it all up, Cody, 8-4.
Sounds good.
Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Ay. Overrated, underrated, a Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house. I ain't talking to Kim, babe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Cody, can I interest you in a rundown of all the NFL mock drafts so far that have put out a first round? Let you know how many Tennessee Vols are getting some attention, getting some love as potential first round picks?
Sure.
The SEC is loaded with top tier talent, writes Jesse Simonton. 32 players have been named in various mock drafts by real analysts. So 32 SEC players getting love in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
The list of Vols are as follows. And that's the Tennessee players being projected as potential first-round picks.
Oh, I get it. Silence.
12 of 16 teams are represented as potentially having first-round picks. The Vols are not one of them.
Yeah. Feels like we're going the wrong direction. But hell, who knows? Maybe I don't know. Texas A&M led the SEC with 10 selections in the draft.
Well, they got right now for next year, they only have 2 guys linked as potential first-round picks.
Well,
Texas leading the way with 6. LSU right with them at 6. Good news is you play both of those teams this year.
Well, our guy SEC Mike talking about A&M, he says with the fact that they had 10 selections in the draft, does that mean the Aggies are destined to take a step back this fall?
You would think so.
It seems that way, but to which cousin Shane, his response was 8-4 teams rebuild, 11-2 teams reload. It's pretty funny. Good. Texas A&M, lovable losers.
What are the headlines you got?
Oh, well, let's see. Let's check the news here, shall we?
Give me the news, newsman.
Big NBA action tonight.
Oh, yeah.
As we have 3 games slated this evening. The Magic and the Pistons. Orlando leading that series 2-1. That's game 4 tonight in the East. The Thunder and the Suns. Oklahoma City leading the series 3-0. They could go ahead and sweep Phoenix tonight. And then you have the one that I would say everyone's been most interested in, at least to this point.
The one that's been the spiciest.
The Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Minnesota leading the series 3-1, but I've just learned that Minnesota is missing 2 of their better players.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards going to miss some extended time with a knee hyperextension, and Dante DiVincenzo
out his Achilles.
Out with a torn Achilles. Both those guys key players for the Timberwolves. It sucks because that team was playing fun, and I would have liked to have seen a full-strength Minnesota get rid of Denver, and I would have liked to have seen a full, healthy Minnesota play the Spurs and have Rudy Gobert against Wemby and have Anthony Edwards trying to dunk on Wemby and have all the trash talking. But instead, the injury gods have frowned upon Minnesota.
Well, get ready for constant surveillance in your vehicle, as every new car in the U.S. will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance on the driver by 2027.
Really?
AI in your car
really
will determine if you're sober and fit to drive, automatically turning off the vehicle if it determines you're a danger on the road.
This
bad
news,
day to be a quirky white boy.
Yeah, they're saying some of these new cars are going to start having AI.
Yeah.
It's going to start being integrated when you get a new car.
AI. I hate AI.
I mean, some lawmakers will probably try to, there'll be some pressure to stop this, I would think.
Yeah, you would think so. We don't want big government in our cars.
Yeah, this will be a disaster. This doesn't seem like something that
everything's heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I don't like it, man. I don't like it either.
Everything's heading in the wrong direction, Bubba.
I don't like it at all.
Every day, there's a new story that just irritates me.
Well, how about a heartwarming performance from Paul McCartney joining the Eagles over the weekend?
I don't give a damn about Paul McCartney.
It was a performance of Let It Be in tribute to Jimmy Buffett.
It was Let It Be. Wow.
A tribute to Jimmy Buffett.
Why the hell are they singing Let It Be for Jimmy Buffett?
I don't really know.
Didn't Jimmy Buffett die like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Why the hell are they singing about him?
I don't know.
He died over 3 years ago. When did Jimmy Buffett die?
Seems 3 years seems about right.
Were they in his hometown?
I don't know. The government also is apparently accepting donations to pay off the $39 trillion debt via PayPal and Venmo.
I feel like that's an old story. I feel like they've been doing that for a while.
That sounds like a fake headline, but it's not a fake headline.
No, it's real.
I checked it.
It's real.
Jermod,
is there a QR code where we can donate to the ballroom?
Yeah.
Can we send some of our money to get this ballroom built?
I saw on Vol Facebook.
Ballroom's important, so that way there's no correspondent, situation happening.
Got to have the ballroom for national security.
not to make light of the situation over the weekend, but I saw on Vol Facebook where the guy was a Tennessee fan.
Yeah, I think
Did you
that's
see that?
I think that's a fake photo.
A former staff member of the Vols football team. His wife is currently also employed by the team.
I don't think
says
you should,
Big Orange Blitz on Facebook.
I don't think you should help further that narrative.
It's amazing what people will believe.
It truly is.
I mean,
it truly is.
It really is something. How about the Arkansas Razorbacks here? They got a 7-footer from Finland to give them the number one class in which we'll see if this is still the right method in basketball. Number one high school class.
Okay.
So John Calipari still going after those high school guys.
I mean, I feel like the future of the high school recruiting is really just to supplement your roster. It feels like. It feels like that's what Rick Barnes has done, at least. Like last year, like, hey, Amari Evans, Dwayne Brown, great. You guys are the key bench players, rotation guys. We need you. Starters still going to be out of the transfer portal for the most part, unless you're at the tippy top, of course, with the All-Americans, where you can maybe sprinkle one of those or two, one of those in on the roster. Of course, this was a big year for freshman stars across the country, so those guys will always still have a place. But like in terms of having a full class, I feel like you're just hoping to get a couple of rotation players at that point.
Another Arkansas note, this was kind of a big story Friday. Arkansas discontinued its men's and women's tennis programs. It was the first programs cut by Arkansas since the 1990s.
Yeah.
Since they cut men's swimming. But it's kind of a big story because they're like the first school to – we thought this might start happening with schools cutting out some of these lower-level sports. Arkansas becomes one of the first major athletic departments in the country to eliminate a program in the revenue-sharing era. Money, man. It'd be interesting if you start seeing some more schools doing this.
Are any of your Arkansas friends upset over the tennis program?
They haven't said a word about it. I don't even know if they're aware of it.
Okay.
But that's a trend to keep an eye on around the SEC. Did you see where Pat McAfee was being booed at the NFL draft? Day by day, fans seem to be growing tired of his act.
I was more so interested in him apparently being real life hurt on WWE fans booing him. And he aborted the storyline because of it and basically retired from wrestling.
Really?
He took his ball and went home because he got interjected into the main event, at least of night one, the Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes angle, and fans were not having it. They were booing him. He was even supposed to be a heel, but it was like, go home, get away heat.
It was like, we've had enough of this.
Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, we're booing you because you're a bad guy. We're booing you because we're tired of you. And like that's not the right type of heat you want. And it apparently hurt his feelings so bad that he just basically said he's retiring from wrestling.
Well, at least he's doing that for us. At least he recognizes it. It's kind of like when people are chanting "sell the team" at an owner, and they don't do it.
Yeah, no, I do give him credit for being like, you know what? If the people don't want me here, I don't need to be here. I got to live out my little dream and be a wrestler and have some WrestleMania moments, and even got cheered a couple times. But yeah, once they start booing you and they don't want you around, just going home.
You been keeping up with any of this hockey playoff stuff, NHL?
Yeah, buddy, I'm all over it.
Well, I didn't figure you had.
What kind of hockey questions you got for me?
I don't have any.
The question was just whether I'm keeping up with it?
Yeah, I didn't know if you had been watching it all.
A truly amazing overtime goal last night for Ryan Poling. It barely got over the line as the Ducks take down the Oilers. Kind of crazy that the Ducks now up 3-1 in that series. And the Lightning, how about that? Just the heart of a champion. It's still there. It's still beating. I know they haven't won in a couple years, but them battling back and stealing that game in Montreal last night, legendary. The Avalanche, no surprise, swept the Kings out 4-0. See you later. Brooms out. But Buffalo pushes the Bruins to the brink of an elimination. They dominated them in Game 4. 2-1 game in Boston. Place is rocking. Buffalo comes out 6-1, just absolute domination. Just jumped on them early and didn't let up. Scored 4 goals in the first period. Now Buffalo going to have a rocking home game 5 where they're ready to move on and advance in the playoffs.
I think as an average sports fan, everyone can root for the Sabres to take down the Bruins, right? It's a good underdog story. It's a Boston team. Like, if you're the average sports fan, you got to kind of root against Boston, don't you?
I think so.
If you just kind of like the underdog and the idea of sport in general.
Now, just to be fair, like, I know what you mean in terms of the underdog, just a smaller market and everything, but Buffalo was the 1 seed this year. So Buffalo is not an underdog in these playoffs.
I also mean it in terms of just rooting against Boston.
No, yeah. No,
because they have the most championships.
Right.
They're, you know.
Buffalo doesn't win. Yeah. I just wanted to clarify that they are the 1 seed in the East.
Between the Celtics, the Patriots, the Bruins, the Red Sox. I mean, they just have so many championships.
Or I guess maybe they're the overall 2 seed. I guess Carolina's the 1 seed. They're the 2 seed.
Alabama picked up the number 1 quarterback in the class of 2027 over the weekend.
And he's going to get coached by Kalen DeBoer?
So far.
Okay, yeah. Don't care.
5-star Elijah Haven.
Gonna be a loser.
Commits to Alabama. Also, Miami's athletic director is retiring. Dan Radakovich. So Miami will be looking for a new AD. And speaking of ADs, did you see where the Kentucky athletic director, Mitch Barnhart, he's foregoing that retirement gig after the pushback?
I don't think he's foregoing it. I think they ripped it out of his hands.
Days after the state governor criticized the move, Mitch Barnhart announced Thursday he will forego the $1 million retirement gig that had been widely criticized.
Yeah, I don't think he really had a choice. Everyone's like, this guy sucks. Boo. And then, once the governor came in and said, yeah, this ain't right, it was pretty much writing on the wall at that point that it was going to happen.
And the ex-Michigan staffer, Paige Shiver, says Michigan did not protect her from Sharon Moore.
Well, she's going to have a case there. I assume she's getting ready to sue the school, but it was talked about how pretty much everyone at Michigan kind of knew what was happening.
He controlled everything that was going on in my life, and they didn't do anything about it, she said.
Yeah. I imagine she'll get some money there.
Apparently she's 40?
Huh? No.
That's not right, is it? Is this a misprint?
Unless it's a different girl, but the blonde staffer was not 40. She was like 26 or so.
Oh, Sharon Moore, 40.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm like, she's not 40.
Well, that girl was like, like mid-20s.
Yeah. Yeah, she's playing the victim role. So,
well, I do think she was a victim.
Well, yeah, she may very well have been, but
I do think she was a victim.
See if she gets a settlement out of the deal.
I think she should. They should strip Michigan's national championship too and replay it. Starting, if you were eliminated by Michigan, you get a chance at redemption.
Yeah.
And we just kind of replay that region without Michigan, just with the teams that lost to them, and see what happens.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah. Because they're a disgusting school with no morals. And if I was Juke Harris and his family, there's no chance in hell I'd go to Michigan.
No.
I'd say, hey, I'm going to a place I can trust, a place with good people, a place like Tennessee.
One of Shakira's crew members was crushed to death.
Oh,
in a horrific accident.
Oh no! At like a concert. I would have seen it if it was at a concert or something. This is probably just in his personal life.
Yeah, let's see.
Did a rock get him?
Well, I had it right here, and then I lost it. Let's see. Crew member crushed to death in horrific accident days before her Brazil show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it appears that it was not concert related. He was working on he was assembling structures for the concert.
Oh, okay.
For Shakira's upcoming show. So it wasn't at the concert, but it was concert related. Tragically claimed the life as he was crushed to death, setting up structures for the show. So, R.I.P. to him.
Yeah, R.I.P. to him.
Le'Veon Bell accuses ex-Jets coach Adam Gase of cocaine use before practice. That would explain those wild eyes.
Speaking of wild eyes, Bubba, you not going to offer your condolences and RIP for Shakira's staff member? Cody and I did. You don't care?
It's a hardworking man.
I thought you protected blue-collar workers.
RIP.
We both said RIP and gave our condolences, and you just sat over there. Nothing to say. As if you didn't give a damn. It's kind of crazy.
How about this? Le'Veon Bell just going after Adam Gase.
If I'm Adam Gase, I'm like, why are you doing this to me now, brother? This is 10 years ago. Move on. Find something else to talk about.
He talks about it. He criticized his play calling, talking about his weird play calling.
It's not like he's got a new gig.
And then
it's not like Adam Gase is out here coaching, doing anything important, is he? I mean, hell, is he even in the league anywhere?
Le'Veon Bell escalated the conversation by alleging Gase he personally witnessed Gase sniffing coke with a woman multiple times right before practice. Can a man not have hobbies?
Imagine that. Imagine you are just a player getting ready to go out for the game and you see your coach is doing lines of coke.
With women.
Apparently, Adam Gase is back in coaching this year. He hadn't been over the last 6 years, but he is now a pass game specialist with the Los Angeles Chargers. So he's at least back somewhat on a staff.
Okay. At least he's working. That's more than you can say for some people.
That's true. And we support the working man here.
Like that guy that got crushed to death.
Well, at least we support him. Bubba didn't really support him, but.
Right. Well, that's about it for the news.
All right, Bubba, send us a break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Fix the tanking, Cody. They're trying to fix the teams racing to the bottom, the draft lottery manipulation. There is a leader in the clubhouse in terms of how they're going to do that.
Okay.
The first couple of things that have leaked have been a little confusing. This one seems to be a lot more cut and dry for people like you that don't necessarily keep up with the sport closely. You can easily understand this one. The bottom 10 teams would all have an 8% chance at getting the number 1 pick. The remaining 20% would be divided among the remaining 8 teams, 11 through 18. So basically, there would be no reason that the teams that are like 3rd, 4th, 5th would be trying to lose games to get to 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Because all the teams would kind of have the same odds of getting the number 1 pick.
Makes sense, I think.
It's a lot more cut and dry. Now, you'd still have some tanking for positioning, I guess, that way in case you get jumped, like you would if I'm the worst team and I get jumped, I'm the 5th worst team or 4th worst team now, blah, blah, blah. But like,
it wouldn't be so egregious.
It wouldn't be so egregious, right? Because right now, the teams with the I believe the 4 worst, no, the bottom 3 teams all have 14% of landing the number 1 pick. So there's a big difference between being the 3rd team and like the 4th team.
Well, what was the stat? You had like 8 teams had lost 55 games or something like that.
It was something crazy. Like
it was like a third of the league, or between a 4th and a third of the league had record losses. Like
they just weren't trying the last month of the season.
I don't know how you do that. Tanking's always been a strange thing to me. Like, are they just literally not playing hard? Like,
a lot of times they're already not very good. But like when you're tanking, you pretty much make sure your best players have an injury or they're not playing. So like for the Jazz, they traded for Jaren Jackson Jr. Oh, he's got an injury. Lauri Markkanen, oh, he's got an injury. And then like they would play for 2.5, 3 quarters. And then by the time the 4th quarter came, it was basically all bench players that aren't very good at all, that don't know how to play basketball together. And you just roll the ball out there and you get beat by teams that actually know what they're doing.
Because it's like it's not like the players on the court are actually just like purposely missing shots.
No, they're not purposely missing shots, but there was some weird stuff this year in Brooklyn where they had players. I think I showed you the highlights. They were down like 2, and he gets the ball with like 6 seconds left and shoots from half court with like 3 seconds left. Like he just didn't. You could say he missed it on purpose or that he was trying, but like it was just dumb basketball. It was something that you would never be allowed to do on a basketball court if a team was being serious.
Yeah. That's not good for the game.
No, so they are, progressing towards fixing something. We'll see if it'll actually fix things.
Well, the NBA, I mean, they've got a regular season problem, right?
Yep, they do.
But, I mean, these playoffs have been good.
Playoffs have been good.
At least I've enjoyed watching them. There's still a lot of people I know that are just so completely out on the NBA that you don't even tune in for the playoffs. But I enjoy the level of basketball I've been watching because the guys are actually playing defense and all those things you hear about the NBA. Like if you are a casual or if you don't really watch, like you don't get that in the playoffs. I mean, these teams are trying to win.
And for the most part, you've gotten some interesting series. Like the only one that I've found to be just completely boring is Thunder Suns. But I mean, like that's to be expected when it's a 1 seed versus an 8 seed. All the other series have been somewhat entertaining, somewhat intriguing.
Yeah, and it should only get better as the better teams advance, you would think.
We'll see. I mean, injuries are going to kind of derail the West, I think. Like the Thunder should be able to get the Lakers out in 5 games max.
You think it'll be that simple?
I think so, unless Luka gets back and is like an MVP candidate from the jump.
Could he get back? Like, is that a possibility?
Yeah, it's reportedly not very close though. So like, it's one of those things that if he doesn't get back, and the Lakers get dominated in the first 2 games and it's 2-0 at that point, you probably don't bring him back and risk a long-term injury. So we'll see. But like the Spurs, either against the Timberwolves or the Nuggets, had a chance to be great, but the Timberwolves now are on fumes. Like they're running out of players, and the Nuggets might mentally be broken. So we'll see what that series looks like. That was supposed to be an all-time series of Jokic versus Wemby. Right now, with the way the Nuggets are playing, if they're even able to win 3 games in a row, I don't know how much.
Well,
how fun that series will be.
Well, so DiVincenzo, he's obviously out for the rest of the year, but
Edwards
will be back.
Maybe, but like 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks, that's a long time in a playoff series.
Yeah.
So that one's going to get derailed a bit. In the East, we still got some action. Like the Knicks were able to get off the mat. That was an impressive game 4. It sucks that it happened against my team, and it sucked that it happened right in front of my face. But the Knicks did show some guts, did show some heart. They got that series back 2-2. Embiid tried coming back last night. They didn't look very good with Embiid. He looked okay, but you know, the Celtics against the Knicks or the Celtics against the Hawks should be a fun second round. We'll see what happens with the Pistons Magic tonight. An upset's brewing where an 8 seed is up 2-1 and has game 3 at home, and it's only a 2.5 point spread. So that kind of tells you what the odds makers think, of this series. It's a must-win game, but Detroit only favored by 2.5.
How was the game experience? How was it? I mean, other than the loss, of course.
Yeah, I had a great time, but the Knicks kind of took control of the game in the first quarter and never really let up. So that kind of sucked from that regard. You kept waiting for the Hawks to make a run, and they just never really did.
Did it suck the energy out, or was there a push in the arena?
There was a push. The vibe didn't really get killed till midway through the third quarter when the Hawks had gotten it down to 8, and then the Knicks immediately went like on a 9-0 run and got it back to 17, and that kind of was a gut punch. And with it being a weekend game, there were a lot of Knicks fans there too, so that they kind of cheered loud, and I don't want to say took over the arena, but they had way more to cheer about, and they were beating their chest and feeling good about themselves. And then my buddy was asleep next to me. He fell asleep at halftime.
Did you have any good food? Did you eat any good food?
In the stadium? No.
Yeah, no.
In the arena? No, I didn't eat any good food.
No catered wings, no drive-through wings from a place.
I didn't get any food inside the arena. I just got a couple drinks.
No Magic City wings?
No Magic City wings.
Couldn't have been too good of a game if your buddy was asleep.
You would think that, but he fell asleep during the Elite 8 game against Purdue as well. Like that one was pretty good.
He's just bored by basketball.
He just might not like basketball. I don't know. He falls asleep every time I take him somewhere.
What if he's narcoleptic?
He might be. He might be narcoleptic. I don't know.
Were your seats pretty good?
My seats are pretty good. Yeah, seats are good.
Did you find a fourth to go with you?
I just took my old lady. So, like, your free ticket went to her, and she didn't pay me.
Oh, I thought she was going anyway.
No. Well, she was going to Atlanta, but she was going to stay and hang out with my buddy's wife and daughters. But
she have a good time at the game?
She did, but I think at a certain
she didn't sleep through it, did she?
No, but I think at a certain point I turned on her and said that she's bad luck.
Oh.
Because we saw the Georgia loss together. We saw the Oklahoma loss together. And I think at a certain point I was blaming her. And she's like, but we beat NC State 2 years ago.
Well, in fairness,
we beat Oklahoma 2 years ago. I was good luck for that.
In fairness to her, you've also seen a lot of losses without her, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Sure. Not a lot of NBA losses, but yeah, I have seen some losses. But I think at a certain point I turned on her in the third quarter. My buddy was asleep to my right, and on the left, she just looked a little not bored. She said she was just dejected because the Knicks kept scoring, and she's like, it sucks. They were winning.
Buddy's asleep. She's over there on her phone.
No, she was locked in. She got beat down. She got beat down by the performance.
You're just sitting there in the middle with your foam finger. Let's go, Hawks!
I'm trying to wave the towel. There's two Knicks fans right behind me. There's two Knicks fans 2 rows in front of me. It was tough. At a certain point, yeah, the booze was just making me sad, and then I was just blaming her. I mean, it wasn't a real blaming her, but it was a little bit of a vibe killer. I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
It
Stinks. Pretty good arena from what I remember. I was in there for the Elton John concert a few years ago.
Oh no, it's a great arena, and I mean they tried. I mean they brought Lil Scrappy out to sing, to rap No Problems in the second quarter. They tried to run some rappers out, but like the Knicks I give them credit. They responded. Karl Anthony Towns with the 20-point triple-double. He was awesome, and it was disappointing because I feel like every Hawk choked. Every one of them just wasn't ready for the moment. That sucks. Like we'll see if the Magic do better at this tonight, but like there is sometimes a detriment to being at home in those situations, because I'm sure the Hawks at some point are like, wow, if we win this game, we're up 3-1. That's a pretty big deal, and then all of a sudden that pressure kind of sits in on you, like, oh, we really need to win this game. This is a huge game. We're at home.
Are the Hawks the 4 seed?
No, they're a 6 seed. It's a 3-6 matchup.
Oh, okay. So if there's a game 7, it would be in New York.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you probably won't go back then.
I might go to game 6. I got tickets to game 6.
Oh, okay. Well,
going back to game 6, if we were up 3-2, if we'd have won, the game on Saturday, we were guaranteed to at least be 3-2, coming back home. That would have been great. It would have been an elimination game on the right side. I don't know if I want to go back down for an elimination game on the wrong side, where the biggest reward we would have is just forcing game 7 in New York. Whereas if the worst case scenario would, of course, be losing and being eliminated, that one would suck.
So if they win game 5 in New York, then you probably go back for game 6.
Yeah, if they win game 5 in New York on Tuesday, that would be a huge game 6 where, then the reward for winning would be you advance to the next round. That would be cool.
And if they advance, who will they play?
Boston.
Oh, that'll be fun. Another East Coast team.
I played a game of chicken with StubHub. And look, I got to give credit. I bashed SeatGeek coming out of my Vegas trip for what they did to me. I got to give the opposite to StubHub. They came through with what they said they were going to do, and I am now loyal to StubHub over SeatGeek and all the others.
They took care of you.
Well, I played a game of chicken. I bought 2 tickets. I had 4 tickets for my friends, and I bought 2 extra tickets below face value that somebody accidentally put on StubHub. I kind of took advantage of them, but it really was a StubHub problem. But I bought those on the 12th. Right? The 12th of April, 2 weeks ago. And, up until Thursday of last week, I still hadn't gotten the tickets. StubHub had sent me an email saying you would have them by Tuesday the 21st. I'm on Thursday the 23rd, or hell, it's actually Friday, I think. Friday the 24th, I still hadn't gotten my tickets. So I reached out to StubHub. I'm like, yo, where are my tickets?
And you were looking to sell those tickets.
Kind of, yeah. For the most part, because I had my other 4 tickets, but really it was just the principle of like the whole ticket setup, where StubHub doesn't force these guys to give you tickets. Then they charge the people that don't send the tickets what you bought them for. So like StubHub was going to charge this guy $430 regardless. So I'm like, hey, where's my tickets? I need my tickets, yo. And they kept saying, well, the cutoff is technically noon Pacific time on the day of the event. So on Saturday at 3 p.m., if you don't still have your tickets, call us. I'm like, look, this guy's not sending the tickets, obviously. It's been 2 weeks. They're like, well, if you don't get it, we will send you tickets of equal value or refund your money. And I was like, well, I'm not getting a refund. I was like, I want the tickets. They said, well, 100% guarantee you'll get some tickets. So I was like, I'm just going to see this out and see what happens. So then on Saturday, of course, 3 o'clock rolls around. I don't have the tickets. So I call him, and sure enough, he's like, yeah, we'll get you some other ones. They called it an upgrade. I don't really know if it was an upgrade. They were lower level tickets. It was row A, so it was closer, but it was behind the basket versus the corner. Either way, that's neither here nor there. They sent them to me. They said, you can have a refund or you can have the ticket. So I was like, okay, $430. Do I take a refund or do I prove a point? I was playing a game of chicken with StubHub. So they ended up sending me the tickets. I took the 2 tickets, and then I listed them on Ticketmaster and sold them for like $5.05. So I made like $80 out of it.
Yeah, you made a profit.
Yeah, but it was really the principle of the matter.
Yeah, not really worth the hassle.
But it probably wasn't worth the hassle, but it paid for my drinks inside the arena, so we'll call it a win in that regard.
Yeah.
But it was really just like, hey, you say you have a 100% guarantee. What the hell does that mean? Well, in StubHub's case, it meant they found you new tickets, so shout out to them. SeatGeek's 100% guarantee was, we'll give you your money back. I was like, that's not a guarantee at all. That's just you telling me you won't rob me. So that was my ticket debacle. Then my team got their ass kicked, so maybe it was bad karma.
Well, at least you got to enjoy a nice basketball game.
I didn't really enjoy it. Honestly,
High-level
I haven't
NBA.
been able to really eat and enjoy food since then. I've got a soul in my hole. I'm pretty crushed after that loss.
Soul in your hole?
Yeah.
You able to charge a car down there?
Yeah, I guess I able to charge my car. Why?
I'm just curious about the infrastructure.
My buddy has one at his house, so I was able to charge at his house.
Did you charge him up?
I picked him up and carried him in, then moved my car and charged it. It was all good.
Yeah.
Saved on gas prices. Didn't have to pay any gas. Lord knows that'd be expensive right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time to have an electric car. Although they've gone down a little bit.
You know, winning playoff games is really cool, but losing playoff games, losing postseason games, man, it sucks. It sucks. I haven't been able to enjoy food. I got a soul in my hole.
Well, that's the gamble.
Really feeling bad. Even a hole in my soul, too. I just feel sad. After the last two wins, I just couldn't stay off the internet, just reading stories, just reading about it, reading Knicks fans' meltdowns. I haven't gotten to enjoy any of that the last couple of days. I've stayed off the internet for the most part.
Well, that's a good policy. Get on the internet when you win, stay off when you lose.
Yeah. A lot of people like to go on the internet and whine and complain after losses. I just like to ignore it.
Yeah. See what happens the next game.
Yeah. Well, that is the thing about the playoffs. That is the thing about these 7-game series, Bubba. Until you got that fourth loss, you're still in it. So, like, we could easily go into New York on Tuesday and steal that game. Because, you know, I talked about the pressure of the home crowd. Pressure on the home crowd is going to be on the Knicks in Game 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did you see what happened to Ben Stiller this weekend?
Yeah, I did. He tweeted out poor timing. Tough timing for him. People were saying he did it on purpose. People were very mad.
I don't think Ben Stiller was doing it on purpose at all. Ben Stiller, if you go through his Twitter, he pretty much only tweets about basketball.
He said, "We got it done right about the time."
At 8:53. I guess that was about the time there was the shooting.
Yeah. Yeah, the timing was not good.
The assassination attempts was around that time. But, yeah, he tweeted, "Got it done," and everyone's in his replies, "Got what done? What the hell are you talking about? This is so sick.
This is despicable.
This is disgusting."
Yeah. Yeah, that was – he was tweeting about the Knicks, and but the timing not good as there were shots at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Literally all you had to do is go through his Twitter. All he does is tweet about the Knicks. That's it. That's all he wants to do is talk ball.
Yeah. Well, some people are probably looking to be mad. And I guess he's probably pretty outspoken as a liberal.
No, I don't really think he is.
No?
I'm unfamiliar with Ben Stiller's political takes. Like, I feel like if anything, I've saw people saying he's actually on the other side. He's a Republican, like is what I've seen other people say. But like, I don't care because I don't go to Ben Stiller for political talk on either side. I just like some of the movies he's in. I love Heavyweights. I love Dodgeball.
Meet the Parents.
Love Meet the Parents. Love Severance. He made Severance. Like, I enjoy all that.
Apparently there's a new Fokker movie coming out.
There is, with Ariana Grande as his daughter-in-law. It's probably going to suck, but like it might be the last movie you ever see Robert De Niro.
Well, I actually liked Meet the Fockers.
I thought it was fun.
But then they did Little Fockers.
That one sucked.
And that was not good.
Meet the Parents is one of my favorite movies, though. It's a classic.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever see him, Bubba?
Bubba ain't never seen those. This guy ain't
I know about him. I ain't going to watch him.
The first one's awesome. The first one's great.
I love those movies.
That first moment, I remember as a kid learning his name was Gaylord Fokker.
Yeah.
It was jarring. They're like, wait. So your name is Gay Fokker?
Well,
and De Niro's like, Danny. No.
Well, and you get to see De Niro. He's so good in that role as like a...
That's before he became like an official old man.
Because he's in a serious role, but it's a serious, funny role.
Yeah.
It's a comedy,
great movie.
You know.
The one with Ariana Grande, I'm not sure how that one's going to be, but we'll see.
Is De Niro in the new one?
Yeah. He's
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll watch it.
I'll watch it too. Like I said, it might be the last movie I ever see De Niro in.
Yeah, knowing Ariana Grande and her on film sets, you got to be careful.
Is she mean?
Nah, just they're dietitians out there.
I don't know what the hell that means, and it's one of those times where you just don't say what you mean, and I'm not going to bother figuring it out. But I'm just going through Ben Stiller's Twitter, and yeah, it says all deuce Mitch, fire emoji. Knicks fans representing. Jalen Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns, triple-double. Nice quarter. Cat. Deuce. Jordan Clarkson is a professional. And then, got it done. And then right after got it done is momentum shift, and it's a highlight of the Knicks celebrating their win.
Oh, so he just kept tweeting?
Yeah, he just kept tweeting.
He just ignored
it. Good morning, Knicks fam. How are you feeling? He's got fire emojis. Like, it's just all Twitter account. It's just all Knicks Twitters.
Yeah.
And then, like, he quote tweets Dante DiVincenzo tearing his Achilles. This is a tough one. Incredible team player. Great person.
So he didn't make any clarifications or say anything about the people in his replies?
Not that I've seen, and he never deleted it either. He was just like, I don't owe anybody an explanation. Who knows if he even reads his replies? I don't know.
I'm sure he's been made aware of what people are saying.
He's got a secret life.
Is that a Walter Mitty joke?
I always liked Ben Stiller's dad, Jerry Stiller.
That's my comfort. We're doing dishes or making dinner, and I'm doing some work. We just throwing some King of Queens now because I love Arthur Spooner. Dad's a legend. Okay, last call on the other side. Secret Life of Walter Mitty, huh? I never watched that one.
Love it.
Is that the one where they shrink him?
No. That's he didn't get shrunk, but you're thinking of Night at the Museum.
No.
Just kidding. I lied.
No, I'm not thinking of that one.
I lied.
I'm thinking of the movie where they shrink Ben Stiller. That one's called what the hell? Maybe that wasn't Ben Stiller. There's a movie where somebody gets shrunk. What was that movie? Either way. I think I watched Walter Mitty back in the day and didn't like it. I don't know. Last call on the other side.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey, Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Citizens National Bank. Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go. Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good. Member FDIC.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
It's weird how much better you are when there's only one of you over there and you have to stay locked in. Whenever you just get to sit over there and not pay attention, that's when I lose you.
Just falling asleep over there like you're at a Hawks game.
Yeah.
He's also kind of a Knicks fan because he's from New York, and he was dapping up the Knicks fans after big plays in the first quarter, and I was getting so mad. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's like your worst nightmare.
Tennessee back in the top 25 in college baseball, at least according to Baseball America. They slotted the Vols at number 24, one spot ahead of Alabama.
Well, that's cool. Nice to have a number again.
Back in the top 25, like I said, at least on Baseball America. I haven't checked all the rankings. Bubba, fill me in on this NASCAR victory yesterday. It got a lot of love on my timeline yesterday. People were really into it, it seemed like.
Actually, can I go through the NASCAR thing as a whole for the weekend?
I just care about the one that happened yesterday.
Okay, well, I'm going to. So Friday, there's a first-time winner. Saturday, first-time winner. Jason Kelce was a part of that pit crew that won. He was a gas man for whatever reason.
Gross.
So Jason Kelce is now a winner in a NASCAR race.
So they fixed that race. Okay.
And then yesterday, so this guy, his name is Carson Hocevar, young kid. He's like 22, 23-ish.
Oh, okay.
He's a villain.
He's a villain?
I love this kid.
They don't like him because he's been known to like kind of just be aggressive, race the way he races, careless of others, only for himself.
I mean, that's kind of what I would like to have as a new, a very, very, very casual fan. That's the type of guy that would get me to kind of root for him, though.
Big Sabrina Carpenter guy.
He's dangerous out there.
And yeah, he just finally gets his first race win at Talladega of all places, and wanted to do a burnout where he's sitting out on the windowsill and the car's still going. I guess he was able to maneuver that after a couple minutes.
I saw him doing a little ghost ride the whip action, let the car
Chili's
drive.
as a sponsor, so he's a big riding the Dente kind of guy.
I kept seeing that. What is that? Riding the Dente.
It's their marketing slogan.
What does that mean, though? What does ride the Dente mean?
Whenever Russell Dickerson did the Chili's, like an Oreo shake, stuff like that.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, it's just a marketing slogan for Chili's.
I just didn't know what Dente meant. But either way, I did see him say that he was headed to Chili's, which that's good for Chili's. I mean, Chili's is going to get a boost out of this.
The guy's an entertainer, man. He's a villain and he's a showman. It's good for the sport.
For some reason they call him a hurricane.
I guess because he just blows through and does whatever he needs to.
They did have one of the his in-car camera showed him just like hammer down, just making it 4 wide and just like bumping people out of the way up to
that's pretty cool.
The results. So
he's got a new fan now in me. I'd like for them to put the camera on him just being like da da da, just rocking along, doing something cool. That's what I would be doing in the car. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
They do have in-car cameras, but normally you don't see that kind of exuberance.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I would be doing the whole time, at least like towards the back half.
It's supposed to just F words and what's this guy doing?
I'm on your ass, Tony Stewart. I'm coming.
I don't think he races anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't. But that's what I'd be saying in there.
Big softball game tonight.
Big softball game
Shout
tonight?
out to the ladies. Yes, trying to win the series against Alabama.
Okay.
If you're looking for something Vol related to watch, the ladies not quite as hot as they were to start the season. But
no, it seems like the hitting has kind of gone away a bit.
They're still 39-8. I was looking over their schedule earlier. And
it's kind of exactly what happened last year, where they got off that super, super hot start, got to number 1 in the country, then kind of settled in as like a top 10 team.
Yeah, they're number 8 right now. They had a real stinker 2 days ago. They got shut out.
Yeah, they got run ruled.
Yeah, but
12-0.
Yeah, but then they followed it up with a win in the second game. So see if they can win the series.
That is pretty impressive to get beat 12-0, then turn around and shut that same team out the next day.
That's softball.
Okay. Did they punish? Did they pound? Did they score all those runs off of Pickens? Yeah, it looks like they did.
Surely not. Did they?
She gave up 5 runs. Only 2 of them earned, but they took her out after 2 2/3. But yeah, they touched her up too. I imagine she'll be ready to go today. Is she pitching today? Do we know? I hate to put you on the spot because I know
I certainly don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I might tune in between NBA parlay action.
Yeah, a little Monday night, 7 p.m. Do they get rained out? I mean, those games or something, or is it always going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
A lot of times I think they do a Saturday to Monday series.
Okay.
Don't they?
I'm a casual. It does appear that they do Saturday through Monday. You are right.
I think that, yeah.
Although against South Carolina, it was Thursday through Saturday. Ole Miss was Friday through Sunday. Florida was Friday through Sunday.
You think they're trying to do this for the baseball logistics or no?
Mississippi State was Friday through Sunday. I don't know. That's why I was asking because I know we were supposed to have some bad weather in Knoxville this weekend. I wasn't here. I don't know if it actually came to fruition or not. But
it wasn't that bad. A little rain Saturday, but it wasn't anything major.
Let's go, ladies. Let's get it done. Bubba, what else did we miss?
Two big things on my radar. One, Matt Fitzpatrick for PGA helps his brother get his PGA Tour card.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. The shot that Matt Fitzpatrick hit on 18 had to be like one of the best shots he's ever hit in his life and had to feel the coolest because his brother needed that win to get a tour card. And he basically put it, a foot and a half away from a tap-in birdie for the win on 18. That's pretty cool.
And then the other big thing was the Boston Red Sox shaking things up in their organization as they fired manager, pitching coach, hitting coach, everybody else probably in the damn clubhouse except for one guy who they said, we'll keep you, a.k.a. Jason Varitek, and he said, actually, nah, I'm out.
Just get rid of me too.
And it's weird because it
was right after a win, right? Didn't the Red Sox win like 17-1? Okay.
Against the Orioles, and they fired manager Alex Cora. Apparently, President Sam Kennedy said it was all on Craig Breslow. So,
and Craig Breslow is
the CBO.
Okay. Does that stand for Chief Baseball Officer?
Yep.
That's pretty lame.
Cheeseburger Officer.
But yes, weird timing there.
Okay. Yeah, it is funny when you fire somebody after a 17-1 win.
Cold beer officer.
They had already made up their mind that they were firing him before the game, and the team responded by winning 17-1.
Corked bats officer.
This video of Matt Fitzpatrick and his brother is pretty cool. Whenever the brother hits the putt and realizes what just happened, that he won, that he's getting his tour card, he hits his knees celebrating, and his brother comes over so happy. I did it for you, brother. We did it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He now gets a tour card through 2028. Gets to play the PGA Championship. Gets to play the 2026 signature events and gets to play the 2027 Players Championship. That's a pretty big deal. That's pretty awesome to be able to do that for your brother.
And then also Ty Simpson DMing Stafford's wife.
Stafford's wife DMing Ty Simpson.
But he responded back.
Well, yeah, but she sent him a message first. He just replied.
Cougar.
Well, I don't know if you remember the story that went viral a couple years ago of Kelly Stafford talking about how she slept with Matthew Stafford's backup at Georgia.
I do remember that.
To basically get Matthew's attention, to get Matthew to settle down with her. So she went.
It's a woman who knew what she wanted.
Is this why Stetson Bennett's so quiet?
I don't really know what's going on with Stetson Bennett, but if I'm Matthew, I'm like, really? You're going to text him too? Just stop. Just stop.
Cut it out.
Enough's enough.
You're a mother of 4.
Sean McVay did come out and say, though, that he was not upset about the Ty Simpson draft pick.
Yeah, I saw that.
That he was just trying to not act too happy because they hadn't called and told Matthew Stafford yet.
What else could he say?
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. Great job by you today, Bubba. Good job by you, Cody.
You too, man.
We'll do it again tomorrow. Sammy Boy should be back. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.